What's good, everybody? Welcome to Rome's Rebellion, RBN. I had to switch up the video at last minute because there has been a lot going on. I feel like this needed our attention more at the moment. Because if you don't know, I'm pretty sure you do, but if you don't know, ICE have killed another man, and of course, we have seen not only the State Department, we have seen bootlickers all over the internet taking up and making excuses for this man's death. And I'm glad to see none of it is sticking. I'm glad to see people are seeing through the propaganda and not falling for the tricks. Not even from these bootlickers, because it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? What happens to us or them, their own people, and it just like it kind of sickens me to see white men, just don't care for their own people. Like, this is the second white person that has been killed. You would think with all the shit that's going on with the Somalians out there that it would have been one of them by now, right? This is the second white person that has been killed, and white men are still licking boots all across the internet. Not all of them, but too many of them. Way too many of them. It's just disheartening. I'm glad to see some people are still fighting back. Of course, the media isn't showing you guys. There's a couple of videos I seen, a couple of pictures I seen that I cannot show, but people are still fighting back. People are. I seen one one person got their finger bit off, so that's some good news. What's going on, y'all? So that's some real good news. But it's just not enough, man. And I believe, like I said earlier, I believe that we should be moving eye for eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only right that we get to do what we should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to protect ourselves. Like, these people are not listening. Like, I don't think people understand that. Even with all the protests that's going on, even with what the hell? But even with all the protests going on, all the screaming and whatnot, I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yes, get out of our city. Your mayor said it. Your governor said it. And actually, it's kind of fucked up now that your governor, Tim Walz, not your governors, but Tim Walz is using the National Guard to protect ICE and protect the police, not to push ICE out of his city as much as much shit they love to talk and say, get out of our city, and this is such a horrible situation. They say one thing and then they do another. So this should show you that nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. These elected officials, they never, what I'm saying? They're not built for this moment, especially Democrats. Democrats are definitely not built for this moment. We see even AOC still taking up for, House Democrats passing this bill. Well, not passing the bill. I say being absent when people needed this bill to be held up the most. And now she are saying, oh, we need 10 Democrats to block. We know this play. We are not dumb. We know what's going to happen. They're going to have just as many people that they need to get the vote passed, or vice versa. We already know how it goes. This is the same Democrats that she is saying that will probably block a bill that's going to fund ICE. The same Democrats who let the government get shut down. They let the government get shut down and didn't get anything out of it. They didn't get anything out of it. So if those are the Democrats that we have to depend on for something to actually happen, as far as, because we're not even asking for you guys to get the military or, the National Guard out there to shoot them like we should be asking. Motherfuckers just saying, get out of my neighborhood. Get out of my neighborhood. I feel like at this point, we got to take matters into our own hands. We have to take matters into our own hands. Hold on. Paid in full. What's going on? If y'all want to call in, y'all can go on Twitter. I'm live on Twitter also. What's going on? What you got to say?
Yeah, what's good? How you doing?
I've been better, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, okay. So the thing is, I'm finding it very difficult to find the point. Like the World Cup is in like 4 months now, right? And you're gonna have like millions of people jumping into the country. Like, what's the point of getting rid of 15, 10 people? At most 1,000 people out of Minneapolis, when you've got about 1 million people coming in for the World Cup. It doesn't make any sense if, the country's actually ready and willing, to host a tournament, that big. So what's the point? So after the World Cup ends, is it going to get worse? Like, how do you tend to cope, the influx of, these travelers and these immigrants that they just came to, experience the World Cup? Like, how do they eventually, see how that plays out? Because it doesn't make any sense to me, honestly.
America has never been ready for a World Cup or anything like this. Never. Because even under Obama and Biden, we have been snatching people up, and we have people that's so money hungry and so so racist and so ready to grab up anybody, and I don't think anybody from any country should be coming here, because what if you're coming here for the World Cup and you got a hotel here for about a week or so, you want to go look at the city, you can't even explore the city because ICE is out there. You have to carry your paperwork or whatever it may be, and most of the time that don't even matter. They will still snatch you up and then just dump you out somewhere, or you will be held in these detention centers for weeks on end. So I feel like the world needs to strap on their nuts until America, like, we're not having this World Cup here because it's not safe for anybody. If it isn't safe for this its citizens, it isn't safe for anybody. And if this don't stop, tourists from coming over from at least for right now, then I don't know what will.
Sheer numbers, and I'll tell you what else, bro. Trump, all he needs is just one agent to be killed to impose martial law. So if we can just show up in sheer numbers and peacefully protest, I think that's the way to go, because then he can't impose martial law.
I mean, he don't need you guys to be violent to impose martial law. If we're looking at it, martial law have already been set when he put the National Guard on the ground. National Guard has been set when he put ICE on the ground. When they said they can walk into your house without warrant, that is martial law. So they don't need you to be violent. They never needed us to be violent. Who has been violent that has been killed so far by ICE? None of them. None of those victims have been violent towards ICE. So being peaceful is not going to get you anywhere. We was peaceful. We was somewhat peaceful during the George Floyd Act. They only started passing bills when we started burning shit down. But those bills had so much bullshit in it, and people didn't read between the lines that they was actually funding the police more. So they don't need you to be violent for them to be violent. They're going to be violent because they are violent people. You have to understand, this is the empire that they are trying to protect. This is an empire, right? If you're thinking from the mind, if you think it from the mind of somebody who's trying to protect their power and their grip on the world, you don't like it. Don't matter if you are violent or not. We just killed 100,000, a couple 100,000 kids in Palestine. They wasn't violent. We killed millions in the Middle East that wasn't violent towards us. And we kill millions here that ain't violent towards us. Police kill thousands of people a year that don't have a gun, running, wherever it may be. If they can't get you on being violent, they would make up laws. They make it so hard for you to keep a job and keep a house over your head. Then they made it homeless, illegal to be homeless. So then what? They're still going to use violence against you. The poverty is violence, and then they're going to lock you up in jail, or maybe one of them insane asylums that Trump just built. So it don't matter if you're violent or not. I think violence is our upper hand. I think the best thing that we could do is be violent, because that's the only way that you can protect yourselves. If you, the only reason why Americans who come with this nonviolent thing or mindset is because they might not feel like they are a violent person. They might not be a violent person. But the world doesn't operate that way. There's billions of violent people on this world. There's billions of people that's violent. And if you don't understand how your enemy is thinking, then you have already lost your battle. And that is our problem now. We have been marching since motherfuckers can walk. We've been marching since my grandmother can walk. What has actually changed? We have lost more rights since the civil rights era. And they're still digging at child labor laws. I don't know what we have to lose. I mean, I understand a couple of people got, living all right, but y'all ain't got it like that. If anybody want to come up, or request to come up, I'm about to go on this rant real quick.
Yeah, but no, he just made out a statement that is boycotting the Super Bowl, because Bad Bunny was trying to wear a dress. I don't know how true that is. If, just gonna wear a dress, but so yeah, it's boycotting the Super Bowl. So eventually in boycotting the Super Bowl, that only missed one thing, honestly. It only missed that, it's sending the boys, to sum up the whole arena after the after show. So people got to be real careful out there, especially people of Hispanic descent and all that, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, it just seems to me like
this is why Bad Bunny didn't want to tour the United States, because he feel like, and I understand that, because yes, he might be a United States citizen, but he does have a big fan base, and he will be putting his people in danger, by touring the United States in a time right now where they just rounding up anybody who's brown, anybody with an accent. It really don't even fucking matter who you are. So that was good on him, to not put his fans in jeopardy, and I think the World Cup need to do the same thing. I think a lot of these countries need to do the same thing. I think America need to be marked as not safe, period. It's not a safe place to travel. It's not a safe place to live. Like, nigga,
Anyway, while Rome is texting right now, I just want you guys to know it was full-on execution. That was, I got a still frame right before they pulled the trigger. He was on his knees. He had his back to all those men. They just opened fire on that guy. There is no doubt this was just a full-on execution, and I've had enough. It's enough.
Yeah, and when I seen it, I was actually live on another show today when somebody had reported it to me, and I was so distraught. I tried to finish out the show. I was just so everywhere because I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? These are cowards. These are not some professionals. These are some fucking cowards, bro.
Jackbooted thugs, brown shirts, bro. It's just freaking SS Army for freaking Trump.
And that's why I always say you swing back, you shoot back at one of these motherfuckers, they're gonna be running for their fucking life. They are cosplaying, bro. They are cosplaying like they are fucking Nazis in Germany or some shit. They are not real fucking fighters. People keep coming outside, but they setting themselves up. And the only thing that man did wrong was not use his weapon. And it's fucked up because he was doing nothing but protecting a woman, standing up for what's right, because the ICE agent pushed her down for no fucking reason.
CNN is showing it on a constant loop right now. So at least they're showing the actual murder.
Yeah. After they done said, oh, this man had a weapon. He had a weapon. We live in a fucking America. Who don't have a weapon? I got a couple of weapons on me right now. I'm just sitting down.
They pulled his gun off of him before they opened fire on him. So he was weaponless when they executed him.
Yeah. And even if he had a weapon, it doesn't matter. We have our fucking amendments. We have our rights. You have your right to carry your fucking gun. You have your right to conceal. You have your right to show. You have your right to have that bitch in your hand. It doesn't matter. If the reason that, you know what I'm saying, like, if that's a reason to kill a motherfucker, then we have no rights. Then we have no Second Amendment then.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what is happening, just with the camera. Now, imagine what's happening behind closed doors, like things we don't get to see, on camera. Like some of these people being deported and being deprived of their properties, their cash, money. I believe these ICE people actually stealing people's money, depriving them of their property and even have the potential to rape people, right? So imagine what's being done behind closed doors, things we don't get to see, right? So, bro, the atrocities these people can actually, bring out can actually be detriment, to the peace of the people around, not just Minneapolis, but other states and, vulnerable people, right? So, yeah, these people are just fucking Nazis.
And I don't like this. One thing I don't get about people who understand that we are living in the middle of an empire, but feel like we can come and fight these people with pillowcases, with pillows and you know what I'm saying, and feathers. Like, bro, can anybody hear me? Oh my God. This nigga, man.
I think we passed the point where anybody actually needs to be convinced.
Oh, no. I'm talking. My boy went to the store. He keep fucking texting me. I'm like, I'm fucking live, nigga. Damn. Well, yeah, it's gonna take some guerrilla warfare. Like, I don't know what people are so afraid of. Like, we don't have any rights in America, bro. We are literally just just waking up every day just to feed the fucking machine. What are you living for? What is so important that we just like fuck it? You know what I'm saying? I gotta fucking live. Like I can't fucking die. Because even if you don't want to die, bro, they're still gonna kill you. Motherfuckers don't be having nothing to do with anything. He was just sitting by. He was just holding the phone, looking by, and they came over and pushed the woman. And being the man that he is, that you should be, not like a lot of you fucking right-wingers who be taking up for killing, you know what I'm saying, weaker people. He took up for her. Now, I don't know if that was his wife, his friend, whoever it may be. A stranger, it don't matter. He did what he was supposed to. And they got mad because they was cowards, because they bullies. They get mad when they see a real man and they had to jump on him. Six of them. How far are we from nothing to lose? You ain't got nothing to lose. I see if y'all had transportation or healthcare or, you know what I'm saying, y'all kids had a good future ahead of them. What the fuck you got? What you got? Bills? You got car notes? Insurance? What the fuck y'all got to lose, man? Like, and white people, I don't know, man. Like, this is the empire telling y'all. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter if you black or this is crunch time. This is crunch time. If you get in our way, we're gonna mow you down. And like we were saying earlier before this live has started, this live started on Twitter. I'm live on Twitter also. Before that man body even turned cold, they was calling him a domestic terrorist. So it don't matter what you do. It don't matter if you are a part of the protests, the strikes. If you just standing by, it don't matter. They're gonna mow you down and then call you a domestic terrorist. They're gonna make excuses because they know they can get away with it because the only people that can hold them accountable are you. It isn't Democrats. And even if it were Democrats are not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything to stop this. You think Democrats really oppose ICE? Even the ones who say like Zohran Madani and, all the ones who try to give you hope in the capitalist society, you think they actually give a fuck about what ICE is doing? No. No, the fuck they don't. They are all fucking capitalists, bro. They all represent the neoliberal class.
I just want to add on to the person. I think it was Paid in Full. They said like what we're seeing, we're only seeing like what is on film. We don't know about like who's getting essayed and stuff like that. Well, that is actually happening. Because I think it was a couple years ago, if you like type in ICE agents, like getting hand jobs or whatever, they go and they raid these spas that like sex workers are at, or like whatever. They go and they find sex workers first, and then they try to tell them like, okay, I won't deport you back home, or do this for me and I won't deport you, and they still deport them anyways. But yeah, they're definitely raping people.
Yeah, because I remember that one video that ICE agent busting his ass before he took another young woman into a porta potty. Yeah.
They've been doing that for years, like under Biden, by the way. Like they've been doing this shit. And then get away with it, and it's like.
It's so many people that we're gonna have to get justice for, and I don't think we are even cutting it. We're not even cutting it close. We're not even cutting it close to what actually needs to be done for the people who we know, like we know that they were throwing people into the ocean. Bodies being washed up on islands in certain countries. People being uncalled for. We know they was throwing people. We know that they are sexually harassing, molesting, raping. We know that they are getting rid of these bodies. They are fucking psychopaths, and we need to fucking deal with them accordingly. We can't just sit here and be like, oh, well, abolish ICE. Abolish them, and then what? Like this is why I don't fall for that bullshit.
Does it annoy anybody else that I'm starting to see more white people talking about they're gonna get a gun? Like, I encourage it, but it's like, what a privilege. And you're just now like feeling like you need to get a gun.
And still to be able to get a gun in these days.
Yeah. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You should have been.
You should have been had one, but remember, man, like when you feel comfortable hey, you let all your guards down. You let all your guards down. You feel like this can't be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm white. What that nigga say on Boondocks? It's like, man, you just stepped on my shoes. Like, what? Oh, I don't have to take this. I'm white. And that's how a lot of them move throughout the system. And when Renee Good got shot in the head, they was like, oh shit, that literally can be me. I am a nurse. I am against this. You know, I be standing by and, you know, I call this shit out sometimes. That could be me, whatever it may be. Hey, but they have been telling us that we are too radical when it comes to protecting your life. Like they tell people like us, like, oh, you're way too radical. When I say get a gun, learn how to shoot it, protect your community. Like, what is radical about that? What is radical about that? They only feel like that is radical because they have faith in the system in some way. They feel like this system would never hurt me, would never kill my kids. Is that Monica? Oh shit. Yeah. It's fucked up. And
yeah, white women saying this too, and I'm like, you know, they be letting women go to a gun range and shoot for free on certain days of the week. Like,
yeah,
you could have been shooting without paying for the shit. Just bring your ammo and whatever else. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get meat. We're gonna need to start. And I'm like, where have y'all been? Like, there are Nazis walking around on the streets with swastika flags in certain neighborhoods. But I guess y'all not worried about that until one of your own gets shot.
I just heard, I know this got to be a cracker. Hopefully this is a cracker. Police off 1,314 people in 2025. ICE off 2. Why should we be worried about ICE? Any death is too much. What are you talking about worried about ICE? Any death is too much. And that's only the deaths that we have seen. There's thousands of people that die and is being unaccounted for in those detention centers. You have so much data. Why didn't you look up that? You know the exact number of people who have been killed by the police, but not the exact. Don't gaslight me. Don't come on my show and try to gaslight me. I'm not that stupid, bro. We have the data of the people that's missing. Thousands of people are missing. So stop it. And Trump is selling migrants to fucking to prisons in certain islands right now. Stop it. Stop it. Fuck ICE. Fuck you. Fuck your mama, nigga. Get off my show, nigga. Suck my dick, nigga. Fuck. What you want me to lick? Oh, I'm not licking the boots of the police. I'm just licking the boots of ICE. Nigga. 3 kids have committed suicide so far because of ICE. And not only that, they just said, didn't they just come out with a study report today that suicide wasn't a suicide, it was actually a homicide? They actually choked that man to death. Like, shut the fuck up. I ain't got time for you bootlickers. That's why you're gonna be hung with your leaders. You're gonna be hung with your fucking leaders. You think that we won't find you? When motherfuckers say your digital footprint is forever, that shit is forever. You think niggas won't find you because you want a page, you want a on a low key Twitter page or wherever the fuck it may be, YouTube. You think you an incognito? You're not. We're gonna find you. You're gonna die. You're gonna hang with your leaders, man. Like this ain't the time to be playing around. They killing y'all people. My people ain't being killed so far. They killing y'all people. And all y'all motherfuckers got is excuses because you too much of a bitch to do something about it. You lick the boots because you a bitch. Because you scared. I can't even call you a bitch. Shit, you worse than. How do you not see people in you? How do you not see your people in you? They killed more white people than they killed fucking immigrants on the ground, broad daylight. And all y'all is full of excuses. Y'all pitiful. Pitiful. You can't spell police without ICE. Hey, and you can't train ICE without IDF. Thank you for that $10. There will be blood, Rome. The first lesson a revolutionary must learn is that he is a doomed man. Unless he understands this, he does not grasp what essential meanings of his existence. PvP Newton. Yes, we are. Like I said earlier, all of y'all are already dead, bro. Like they already got y'all numbers clocked, bro. It's already over. We might as well go out with a fucking bang. We ain't got no house. We barely got a car. If something happened to that bitch, we can't pay insurance. That bitch get repoed. What the fuck we got to lose, y'all? What are we sitting here? What are we trying to conserve? What have we gained as millennials and under to actually try to preserve our way of life in America? If anything, all we got to lose is our fucking chains. We are one paycheck away from being fucking homeless, and we just like, well, it could be worse. Dude, it could be better too. And you know that it could be worse shit. That is some doomerism bullshit. People like to call me a doomer because I say, oh, both parties are the same and nothing gonna change unless we do this and that. No, nigga, that's some doomerist bullshit. But anybody want to say something? Hey, Diane.
Hey.
How you been?
Did you guys see the person that bit off their finger? And his finger? So nasty. What?
We needed that. I seen that. I was like, that's what you get. And you know what? That tells me is that man had his mouth over that woman's mouth, his hand over that woman's mouth, and tried to hush her up, or probably tried to suffocate her, and she
probably was worried she was gonna get like or something.
Put a Goku on his ass. I haven't seen a bite that hard since Goku bit Majin Buu. Shit. God damn. But we're gonna definitely need some more blood. It's definitely gonna take more, man. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm a leader in my own right, but I'm not y'all leader. Everybody is their own leader in their own way. Everybody got to get to the revolution in their own way. But man, holy fuck, this ain't cutting it. And everybody is trying to make you guys wait for the midterms while your neighbors are being kidnapped, thrown into vans, molested, raped. You know, you never see them again. They want you to wait until the midterms while people are losing their lives. And I don't think that we have enough time to make it to the midterms in order to make, you know what I'm saying, actually make the change that we need in so little time. You know, Democrats have shown their hand that whenever crisis like this happen, whenever shit like this happens, they don't have our best interests.
Didn't they just vote for more funding?
Yesterday.
Yeah. What do you mean wait for the midterms? Who the fuck is saying that?
Everybody, all Democrats.
What are we waiting for?
Democrats are saying we have to primary those Democrats. We have to primary those 70. Okay, so we replace those 7 Democrats, and then the older Democrats who don't have to run again, they become the villain, the rotating villain, and now they're passing bills for the right-wing friends. We already know the strip. Like, this is WWE. Like, me and my brother can sit and watch WWE all day and know who's going to win and what's going to be the special move that's going to end it all. You know, and it's the same thing with this blue and red game, with this Democrats and Republican game, and all of their supporters, well, most of their supporters are sitting here with their hands up on their asses, asking, "What can we do?" And you know, I can't wait to vote hard. I can't wait to vote. And then, speaking of the midterms, who do you actually have? You know, who's progressive enough to stand against ICE? All of these people who are running in the Democratic Party, they support ICE. Either that, or they won't say where they stand when it comes to certain things like this or Gaza. Even if the Dems win the midterms, they'll still be like, we have a majority in Congress, but we can't get anything done unless Trump is out. So vote Newsom 2028. So he can also fuck y'all. That's true. That is true. And Newsom is the perfect loser to run in 2028 because he is so unlikable. He probably is the only person who can lose to JD Vance at this point. He's probably the only person that can lose to JD Vance, and nobody is going to forget him, what he did when it came to ICE. He supported ICE in his state. You know, nobody is going to forget what he did to the homeless and cabinets. Nobody's going to forget that he said he's going to veto the bill that's going to tax billionaires in California. Nobody's going to forget that he vetoed Medicare for all in California. Nobody's going to forget these things. And he's the perfect loser for the Democratic Party because they make more being out of office than being in office because they make money off of your misery. I'm surprised they ain't asked y'all for $5 yet. Fucking shit. It's crazy. Oh, Lulu. Okay, we got some more people in here. How y'all doing? If y'all don't know, we are live on RBN. So, you know, try to be on your best behavior. If y'all want to speak, come on up.
Honestly, it's crazy because I think we got a whole lot of pretendians out there, right? Because you're going to see somebody like Elon Musk, you know, make a like post, you know, talking about white people, you know, getting outnumbered, you know, and then, you know, the post has got like 100,000 likes, 200,000 likes. Like, what are these people liking this, you know, anti-black, anti-color, right? And then something like this happens, and then all of a sudden there's an outrage, right? But these people don't tend to understand that they're kind of like the enablers of these things. Because you will see Elon post stuff about, you know, white supremacist person have, you know, almost 1 million likes. You know, Home Office also posts the same thing. You're gonna get like, you know, 100K likes, right? And then was it last year when this white Ukrainian girl was killed on the bus?
Yeah.
And you know, they tend to forget that she was actually an immigrant, right? That was killed by the citizens. So all of a sudden, the reason why y'all cared about her death was because she was white.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. It's just a whitewashing, you know, history, whitewashing America, whitewashing, you know.
Yeah, and you see the problem with that is the problem with white supremacy as a whole is, you know, I explained this a couple of shows ago, that you can never be white enough for white supremacy. You know, because once they are done with the black and brown people, they're going to turn on each other. Because it's just a snake eating itself at this point, because we have seen this, because without, you know, the enslavement of black people, the enslavement of the Native Americans, you know, America wouldn't be what it is today. And even when they had, you know, certain white immigrants coming over here, let's say, you know, the when they how they treated the Irish. They treated the Irish very badly when they first got here. They treated the Italians very badly when they got here because they say, oh, you mix with the Moors, you got the nigga and you still a nigga and blah blah, right? So you can never be white enough for white supremacy. So even though, like, take a look at all of these ICE agents. No, hold on. Let's kick it back. Let's take it back. Even like a couple of days ago, there was a police officer that got ICE agents pulled out guns on her. They pulled out guns on her, right? And she was a police officer. They did the same thing to a black correctional officer. He just got detained. I think it was today or yesterday, and he was trying to tell people that he worked for the government, he worked for the state, and he was trying to give them this information. But you can never be white enough for white supremacy. Even the same people that's in ICE today, if they are, the same, because we know there's a high rate of, Latinos, Hispanic people in ICE today. There's, unfortunately, a high number of black people on ICE today. And yeah, I'm trying to see who was that. I think that's Diane. Let me see. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, even like imagine working for ICE, you off one day, and ICE roll up on you because you are Hispanic, you are Mexican, you are black, you're Jamaican. It's the same thing that's happening to the black and brown people who join the IDF. Same thing that's happening to the black and brown people that's happened to the IDF is going to happen here. Is going to happen to the same. It's going to happen to some white people. It's going to happen to the same black and brown people who have, traded on their people, because you can never be white enough for white supremacy, and it's going to eat itself. It's not logical. You know what I'm saying? It's not a logical ideology to hold, and it would never make any sense, and that's why it will always self-destruct in the end. And as we see, this is what America is doing right now. We are self-destructing. We are failing. We are, taking whatever we can. We are throwing punches at whoever is in our way, whether they be allies or not. We are on self-destruct mode. We have to, not only show that we are strong across the world and be tough on the world, we have to be tough on, our citizens also, because we can't let nobody get any ideas, whether that be China or U.S. citizens. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? So I'm looking at all these protests, right? And I've also been a part of protests myself. And when you see the videos coming out of the people who are participating, I'm seeing a sea of white, which is a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need allyship. But for whatever reason, I feel like these third and second generation Black and brown immigrants are not showing the force that they need for something that's impacting their communities the most. So why do you feel that they aren't as radicalized as they should be in response to what's going on?
The same reason why, a lot of Black Americans aren't as radicalized as they should be. They feel like they have, they got it better than what a lot of other people have it, and they feel comfortable in the empire. A lot of us have let our guard down in the empire because, maybe we come from poverty, no lights, no gas, no water, maybe making 50 to 100K a year, and nobody want to lose any footing like that. You'll be out of your mind if you would think somebody would want to lose footing like that, So it's a lot of propaganda that we are fighting through. Also, you have to remember, they are taught by their parents who have been propagandized by their parents who have been propagandized by the state. So we are fighting through hundreds of years of propaganda, not only from Black Americans, but even some African immigrants. that might say and feel some type of way. Yeah, I feel like, and the ones who are radical, because don't get me wrong, there are a lot of Africans on the ground right now, on the ground right now. But of course, they're going to get overshadowed. Of course, they're going to be peppered in because white people outnumber them out there in their cities right now. But they're not going to get the attention that they want, because the revolution won't be televised. And the last thing that they want to show is a whole bunch of Somalians, a whole bunch of Haitians, a whole bunch of people on the ground actually, willing to do whatever it takes to protect each other and come together as a community. They will show us the ones who are against us. Like they will give people like FBA a megaphone. They would give homophobic Africans a megaphone. They would give anti-American immigrants a megaphone. But the millions of immigrants who are proud of their neighbors, proud to be from here or to live here, they won't give them a megaphone. The millions of immigrants who are willing to put their life on the line for me or you, or maybe your kids, they will not give them a megaphone because why would they? Nigga, we live in an empire. So they are showing you, you know what I'm saying, what they want you to see. You are hearing what they want you to hear, but in all reality, the best place to hear the truth is the streets. Because if we let the internet fool us, you know what I'm saying, we'll believe that the majority of black people don't want to fight imperialism, you know what I'm saying? Or the majority of white people, all the white people around us may be racist, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them are, but to say all of them, no, you know what I'm saying? But that's how the internet will have you thinking. It will literally have you thinking like this, but on the ground, you will know the truth, man. Like people out here fighting every fucking day, giving it they all, man. Like, and we can't sit here and give the spotlight to the ones who don't do, right? Because as far as I don't like people who say I'm tired and this isn't my fight, I might cuss you out from time to time, but I try not to give you too much of a spotlight because there's always going to be people that's going to sit out. There was coons when my people was enslaved. There were house niggas who seen us getting beat, who seen us rebellion, and still stuck with master. So I don't, I try not to give them too much of a spotlight, but I would give them a spotlight to show people like, look, these are, you know what I'm saying, these are the coons of yesterday. These are the coons of the 1800s. These are the coons who snitched on your great grandparents. You know what I'm saying? And they are alive and well today. And it's fucked up that I feel like as a black man, being a coon, being a sellout for any empire, for any master, I feel like that is a trait. I feel like your grandfather had to be like that. I feel like the tap dancing is inside of you. Because as a black man, the only thing I'm fighting for is liberation. Because if you're not fighting for liberation, what are you fighting for? If you don't feel like you are, like if you feel comfortable living in a capitalist society while people look like you around the world is still enslaved because of this same capitalist society, then I don't know, man. I don't know, But as a black man, my job has been to bring down the empire. That all my leaders have taught me that. Teach people in order, to protect themselves, and whatever it may be. Feed yourself, load your gun, shoot your gun. I can't teach you to hunt too much, but I can teach you how to shoot, but I can't teach you how to hunt. We can do different hunting, but hey, but this is where we get the power. We all come together and we are great at other things. We are great at many things. And together we are unstoppable, man. We are unstoppable, but we will never get anywhere by, running and getting to where we need to go. And then we see niggas on the sideline, like, oh, well, look at them niggas. And we like, man, look at them. Look at them.
And I really think
think that's the whole point of the Democratic Party. I truly do. I think then, because like you were saying earlier, a lot of people are like, oh, we'll wait till midterms, we'll wait till midterms. I really think the entire premise of the Democratic Party is to make sure we don't, do anything. Because you see how all of their suggestions are always within the box.
Yep.
It's always, well, we'll wait till midterms, or we'll vote them out. It's always within the box. It's never anything, because I don't know if people have noticed, the shit ain't working.
No.
The shit isn't working. So what the fuck do you mean? Midterms, within the box, Hakeem Jeffries, like, what are we doing? And so that's the part that's just really, really just got me just depressed, just because they're always talking about, well, what's your plan? What's your plan? Well, my first part of my plan is to get you to see that you're part of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like that's the first part of my fucking plan. And you're fucking up the plan because you still think that with all of this violence, that we can somehow overcome this with nonviolence. Well, Dr. King did it. And you see what they did to him.
Right.
Like,
He didn't even get to do what he wanted to do. He wanted to put the sanitation workers on strike. So
As soon as he switched up and didn't like Israel anymore and started saying that we should lean towards communism, they was like, nope, we gotta get rid of this man.
and it's sad to say that we're going to have to kill some of our neighbors, like dead ass. Like some of these people are dead ass going to fight in favor of the empire. Like if we go up and we are, let's say we are like, fuck it, armed revolution. Fuck the general strike, we're skipping over it, armed revolution. There's going to be people calling the cops on you. There's going to be people that's close to you who's going to, let the FBI know, the CIA. They're going to snitch because they feel too comfortable. And they feel like, you know what I'm saying, you're too radical. Like, no, like they don't want you to do it on your own. They want to get all the glory and whatnot. And they're going to stop you, whether they call themselves Democrat or Republican. They are cheerleaders for the empire. And it's sad to say that we're going to have to kill some of the working class because they are going to fucking try to stop us. They are going to try to stop us. Look how many working class people who are against, working class ideas now. Like niggas been working 40 years and still against, better wages and shit like that. So it sucks. They're still against unionizing and co-opting. But the reality is, like, they're going to be a fucking firewall. They're going to be a firewall in between us and the elite. And this is all that they have been doing. This all they have been doing, especially with this voting Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, and all this and that. They putting, they pushing us farther away from liberation. And then they co-opt our movements. They fucking sit here and say, like, we'll say, abolish the police. They say, defund the police. What the fuck? Okay, we say defund the police, and they say reform the police. And then they give them billions of dollars and say, we're going to reform them and give them billions of dollars to retrain them. And then what happens after all this training? I'm sorry, you can go ahead.
Within the limits. No, just what you were saying. That's always their solution, working within the limits. Like, we can't defund. That's just too radical. We'll retrain. Why? Oh, we'll give them what does that man said? He said he's gonna give them body camera. Bitch, nigga, Jonathan Ross filmed himself killing that lady.
Yeah.
Renee, what the fuck is a fucking body cam gonna do?
Since body cameras have been introduced, police brutality and police murders has risen. All that shit is a snuff film.
QR code.
Oh yeah.
Not to laugh. It ain't funny.
Yeah.
But the nigga was really like, we give him a QR code. Excuse me, officer, can I scan your QR code really fast? Like what?
Right, they cut off the body cams. They do all this fucking bullshit. And I got Quaker, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro. God damn. See, crackers get mad when you don't agree with them. They be like, "Well, I thought you was one of them good ones, nigga. What made you think I was one of them good ones? What about me make you think I'm one of them good ones, nigga? I am a loud and proud communist. I'll probably punch you in your fucking mouth if I see you in real life. Talking about he don't cut his nails, he ready for a revolution. My thumb got cut off, you idiot. I'm a working class motherfucker. I work with fucking saws and shit. Do you work? Shut the fuck up. Fucking crackers. God damn. Let her hear themselves talk. Didn't they just kill 2 of y'all people? Didn't they just kill 2 of y'all people? Shut the fuck up and get your ass on the ground, boy. Get your ass on the ground, boy. Go protect your women, boy. Go stand up for that white man, boy. Fuck out of here.
And they stockpile all those guns. All these years they've been telling us we got to stockpile guns in case the government gets too tyrannical. We have to get these guns in case the government gets too tyrannical. And now they're killing people in the streets. And what the fuck are you doing?
Nothing. Them guns are for show. Because they don't even, man, they be threatening black people with them bitches, but motherfucking white people don't be out, man. White men don't have the balls to even come to our gas stations past 2 o'clock. They ain't gonna come to our hoods and shoot shit. They do target practice with them bitches all day and then turn the gun around on their motherfucking on their in-laws or somebody who got health insurance policy out on them. You know what I'm saying? Or they turn it around on their fucking dogs and cats and kids. That's what them fucking guns for. Because I have yet to see white men who are so gun-ho and so proud about their Second Amendments be out here when we really fucking need them. All you motherfuckers is doing is bootlicking and finding new excuses to fucking take up for the fucking empire. And hey, if it's not you, if you're white, if it's not you, don't say nothing, because if the shoe don't fit, Cinderella, don't come to the ball. But all these white men pumping out their chest, you want to try that in a small town. Man, get the fuck out of here. Anybody coming to your weak ass town? Anybody coming to your motherfucking trailer park? What kind of bullshit is that? Here we go again. And then what is Democrats? What is Democrat thing? What is anybody on this space? What do you think Democrats are going to say? What's going to be their excuse for this?
You didn't vote for Kamala.
And that's funny because they always talk about where's Jill Stein? Where's Jill Stein? Bitch, she on a book tour. She ain't at the Met Gala. I mean, what are we talking about?
Where's Jill Stein, though?
It's fucking crazy.
Last time I checked, she was at another. Oh, am I on? Oh, she was at another protest. Doing the same stupid shit we doing, or the people doing in Minneapolis, protesting. Like that shit's working for us. That shit ain't working either.
Right.
But at least she there.
Well, at least she there, right? At her age, and it's sad that people have been protesting their whole life. You know how sad that is to you know what I'm saying, to live in a country where you have to protest your whole entire life.
And we like to talk a lot of shit about China because, I mean, of course, I'm biased. I used to live in China, and they be like, well, you know, in China, you can't speak up. You in China, you can't speak up. But at the same time, nigga, if the roles were reversed and a tank was in front, I want to be no co-host. I got a program to write.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get more people up.
I'm trying to write my program. I'm just talking to write my program. Anyway, but you remember in Tiananmen Square, that man stood in front of that tank. You cannot tell me in the United States they wouldn't have run a nigga over.
Oh yeah.
They would have did that.
Shit, the president encourage it. They encourage it all the time.
They do that shit all the time.
Protesters.
We're quick to talk shit about Asian people. We're quick to talk shit about North Korea. We're quick to talk shit about China. And look what the fuck we're doing. But at least we can talk about our government. That's all we do is talk about our government. And that's all we're doing.
And then it's like, okay, China criticized their government, and then what? What is there to criticize? If I'm
That's what I was gonna say.
if I got a house that's, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to pay taxes and all this shit. I'm good, you know. I got me a 99-year lease. You know, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is there to
Literacy in
You
China,
go to the
there's 100%
doctor.
literacy. Okay, I'll be a co-host.
Yeah, if you're criticizing the government, I'm just gonna automatically assume you're a lib. You're a shit lib, and you're trying to, you know, start some shit, trying to get something going in the country. Yeah, no, let's not talk about us. What is there to talk about?
who you saying somebody in the
No, I mean for China, in China, like,
oh yeah.
what are you criticizing the government about exactly?
Yeah, they're just jealous. They're just jealous because, you know, everything that they have been taught, you know, they have to unlearn it, and it's hard to unlearn a lot of this propaganda. People are comfortable thinking that I have, as long as I have it better than those fucking Asians.
That's all it's about. No, but seriously though, and then Blue Sky, after I finish, I'll let you speak. But no, seriously though, because that's how they get away with white supremacy. As long as you think you
Thank
can
you for
be
the $10.
more white, as long
Damn.
as you think that you're better than the next black man, then you're doing something. And that's how they get away with shit. Hi, Blue Sky, how you doing?
I'm doing great, my sister. I just kind of sad what's going on. I feel sorry for this man, nurse. Just get off work. He works VA hospital. Just walk in there, saw some shit going on. Stepped to there. Somehow, it wasn't his day anyway. You know, I watched the video 10 times. I mean, but I cannot believe the innocent man. I mean, how many times they shot him? That's fucking bullshit, man. The man is the ground. You got 8 guys. He doesn't have nothing on it, and they shoot him 8 times. And the top of that is the guns. They have a press conference. Miller, another guy, and they call him fucking terrorist. I was like, what the fuck? This is really ridiculous. And yesterday, I was watching this video in Philadelphia, and they were removing all this historical.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And that's making me sick my stomach. What the fuck is going on in this country?
I mean, it's been going on. It's just televised. You know what I'm saying? It's just televised. You know, and they want it televised as much as possible. This is why the news keep playing it over and over and over. Because think about this: when the CEO of the United Health Care Center, you know, the CEO of United Health had died, they did not want to show that shit. I remember I was in jail when the shit happened. But I was talking to my girlfriend, and she was like, well, the news don't want to keep replaying it and blah, blah. They was scrubbing the internet, you know, kicking people off of the Twitter and Facebook for sharing it, right? But they share this man's death and Renee Good's death over and over and over to try to get you to submit, to try to put in your head that this could be you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of subliminals shit that go on with this. It's a lot of with this propaganda that they're pushing, because when it's one of them, you know, they barely talk on it. Like when them Democrats who voted something against Trump, they voted against Trump against something, and their houses got burnt down out of nowhere. They didn't even want to talk about it.
Let me tell you something, man. These punks they're weak, Ace. Let me tell you something, man. You're not gonna see them come to the hood, man. Let me tell you something. Down in Minneapolis, down there, there's area called, I'm Somali American. There's an area called Cedar Park, my University of Minnesota area. That whole neighborhood is black and Somalis. I swear to God, they just going. Now the 2 accidents that happened, all of them have a white neighborhood. Same thing. They're not gonna go to Little Miami Little Haiti on Miami. You ain't gonna see in the hood. You San Luis. There's people there, just fucking punks. And so far, you got 3 white people got killed. So I don't understand. There's another agenda going on here. Something's not right. Because if they're serious, You know, of course they're practicing. I'm sure they're gonna come to the hood sometime. You're gonna see them come to, but not right now. But
they already tried that. They already tried that. They went to Jacksonville and got shot. They went to Compton and got shot. This was just last week itself. So they are trying to make their way into the hood, but the hood is like, hey, we shoot people for less. And that's how I feel. You know, I'm not about to let a whole bunch of crazy people, crazy white people walk around my neighborhood and just put their hands on whoever. Like that's fucking, you gotta be fucking insane.
Yeah, they tried to go to Chicago and they back up. One time they went there and then there's like this hotel, and next day they found out shit going on. They just ran away. I don't know what the fuck, man. This bunch of bunks, man. Let me tell you, Ice. At the beginning, majority of us Hispanic that used to work because there was a law says that the officers has to live 30 miles on the border. On that border in Mexico, Canada, in Mexico and Texas, New Mexico. So there's a lot of Mexican Americans that live there. So the majority of them were Puerto Ricans and Mexicans because they are bilinguals. But right now, everybody they hired from last year, almost 55% of all of them are white supremacists, Proud Boys, and the Oath Keepers. That's who they hire right now. But they have an agenda. They're going to come to all of us. Trust me, man. It's not about Somali problem, man. These people don't like black people, period. That's it.
Absolutely. Mosi, how you doing today?
I think in Kansas City, Missouri now.
Mosi, am I saying your name properly?
Yeah, you're saying my name properly.
How are you doing today?
Honestly, I'm just terrified for my neighbors. As a white person, also fuck white supremacy. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Period.
But I'm just scared for my neighbors that are of color because they're being targeted, and I just am so fucking tired of seeing this shit.
I understand. I want to pose a question to the group. Do you guys think how do you think Israel is connected to it? Or do you even think Israel is connected to it?
Yeah.
I know two areas. For example, training. All of them got trained by these subcontractors. It's like the ADF. Second of all, the people that run the prisoners, and also all the people they lock them up, the people that get that contract, those two companies, that everyone they pick it up, those are also Israelis too. So Israel makes benefits. Same thing, they lock up Palestinians. They're expert on this kind of stuff. So there are a lot of Israeli subcontractors in Homeland Security that actually benefiting this whole project.
And with people having dual citizenship, I'm pretty sure people that's in IDF are also in ICE. I'm pretty sure of that. Like, no doubt in my mind.
Agreed. And also, Mosi, I know that you wanted to speak. Let me let you go before I say what I need to say. Go ahead, Mosi.
You can totally go first. I forgot what I was going to say.
I do that all the time, baby. Don't you remember? I do that all the time. I was also going to say that we know that President Trump is taking a lot of money from Israeli billionaires. And I also think that Trump is evil on his own. But I just really feel like he's Netanyahu's puppet. Like, I really feel like Netanyahu is the one, pulling the strings, because Trump is bought and paid for, and he's not. I don't want to sound
deaf to America.
I don't like calling people dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to sound, ableist, but I do.
That nigga dumb.
Okay. You said it, not me, but yeah. So I think that's a lot of that's going on, because he took almost $500 million from Israeli AIPAC and all them. So I think they have a big hand in it too, because I think ICE is a terrorist group. And one of the whole points of terrorism isn't to kill people. Terrorism is to instill fear in the living. Terrorism is to instill fear in citizens. And I think they want to instill fear in us because they don't want us criticizing Israel. They don't want us talking about their genocide. I just think Israel has a lot to do with this.
I look at Israel like it is a branch of America, because it is a child of America, just like how Nazi Germany is. APEC, I look at that as just another washing machine where they take taxpayers' money and give it back to themselves, so they will wash it by giving it to Israel and certain aid or whatever it may be, and they would give it back to politicians who run on their agenda. Well, when really, even running in an American election is running on an Israeli position, because you're going to have to work with them in some way, it's fucked up, because we see the shit like even with Zoran Madani and all these motherfuckers with their little slip ups. This is an empire. I look at Israel as more of a branch than them controlling anything. Like, I look at the president as a puppet for the corporations, because the president, he's being used, Donald Trump is being used for what he's good for. He's good at getting people going, rallying people up. They listen to him whether you like him or not. You're going to stop and listen to him, and he's the perfect clown to get the circus going. So, but in all reality, yes, he is benefiting, but the people who benefit more are the real fathers of this country, the real motherfuckers that really control the shit behind closed doors, the billionaires that we can't even name. So,
as you were, like 2 weeks ago, Netanyahu was here in Miami, and it was a press conference. I think I watched his videos with one of the TVs, and he was saying that United States the United States must get rid of First Amendment right. Very much the Constitution. He said, quote unquote, I'm going to put in a jumbo job. I couldn't even believe what I hear in my own ears. This guy is a foreigner coming to the United States today, and he's telling them, you need to get rid of the First Amendment rights. Can you believe that? He said that, quote unquote. Also, there's 3 things I forgot to mention. Second, one of them, there's 2 app system they use, Homeland Security and surveillance. And the 3 companies, there's 3 different apps. They're doing all this stuff. Even right now, in space, we right here on X, they are surveilling us. So all those 3 different companies, 3 apps that I know, all of them owned by Israelis. Second of all, there's a family business also, like Kushner and Don Jr. Remember, the Bennigan gave Don Jr. a special contract. I don't know how much million was, and it's like startup company, and it's like military industrial complex, and he's had to set up all this IT company for the Bennigan. That was Don Jr.'s his own company, and Kushner's in there. So very much about business, and also the last point. Let me land it. Is market manipulations.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear like Greenland, that was market manipulation. They, the stock goes down.
Yeah. They
buy all the stock, and then insiders, and then market when there's a war, something going on, everything goes down. Cause they know inside sources, and what happens is they buy everything, and they do that all the time. Whenever there's something going on, Venezuela or Greenland, it's all stock manipulation. New York.
So I actually disagree. I think the United States is Israel's bitch. I don't believe the United States is in control. And one of just in the Trump administration, just how that motherfucker is just holding the phone. Did you see that one picture of Trump holding the phone for BB? Like, Trump is just like the biggest bitch. Like, he was holding that nigga phone. Like, and just how he could just holding the chair for him. Like, I think maybe, and I hate to give this nigga credit because Ronald Reagan was an actual drug dealer, but I feel like Ronald Reagan had more fucking audacity or more balls than fucking Biden and Trump. Like, when Israel did the same shit they're doing to Lebanon, they did today, Ronald Reagan called them and was like, nah. And they stopped bombing them in 20 minutes. I don't think Trump or Biden or Obama or Kamala would ever tell them niggas no.
And who else went after them? Was it George? It was George Bush, the first George Bush, and JFK. JFK went after them. So Yeah.
And I really believe they killed JFK. Hey, Mosi, how you doing?
Yeah. I believe I believe they did 9/11 straight the fuck up because
Period.
and the thing is this, you know, the reason why I believe, you know, like even with Israel being an extension of the empire is because they are a vessel of they are a military base basically in the Middle East, which further, you know, our agenda, you know what I'm saying? And if they willing to kill all those people for us, yeah, I'll pull out a chair for you too.
What, 1.5 million
Yeah.
Iraqis?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Mosi, how you feeling? What did you got to say?
Okay, so like, I feel like, fuck, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. We all family right here. What's up?
It's just like, I really don't fuck with Trump. Also, he's literally turning green.
Yes.
Did you see that one photo?
Yeah.
His health is rapidly deteriorating.
Declining,
That
yeah.
shit's crazy.
Not fast enough.
Not fast enough. Did everyone bet on his death date? Because there's like a Twitter thread where we all got a date. Mine's is March 13th, 2026. But we got like a big thread of us.
It's gonna be like August.
betting.
He's stubborn. It's gonna be like August, something like that.
Ooh, I hope it happens on my birthday.
Happy birthday. Did you see him shit on himself?
What?
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Did you see Trump shit on himself? He shit on himself.
I
on
hate
Fox
that.
News. Did y'all see that?
He do wear diapers though. He do wear diapers.
He absolutely does. He wears diapers and he shit on himself. And my thing is, like, I know this sounds silly, but why ain't nobody like we got amendments for this? Like this mother, but then at the same time, I feel like if they didn't do the 22nd or is it 22nd or 25th for Biden, why the fuck would they do it for Trump either? They're not gonna do it.
It's one Democrat who had tried to enact the 25th amendment. I'm pretty sure not every Democrat is going to jump on it. All the shit is performative, just like how Bernie Sanders was
All that shit is
performative when he used to go and yell when nobody else was in the house, just talking to an empty house in a fucking camera. Like nobody give a fuck what you talking about, nigga.
Yo, remember we were all Big Bernie?
Man, oh my God, don't remind me.
We were all Big Bernie supporters, but you see how we turned against that nigga as soon as he started talking that Israel bullshit?
Man,
I don't get why other people can't do that.
he is Zionist.
Yeah, but you see when he started talking that Israel bullshit, we turned our back on him. I had to change my motherfucking name. Remember I used to be Black Bernie Babe? I had to change my motherfucking Twitter name.
Yeah,
Because that nigga was wilding.
yeah. I was like, hey, y'all might as well get rid of those names, bro. You ain't getting Bernie back. It's over.
So I don't understand why other people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why you can't see that Donald Trump is a piece of shit? Like, why you can't see Kamala is a piece of shit? Because when I saw Bernie was a piece of shit, I was hurt. I was hurt. But you have to face the truth. You can't run from that.
I used to travel around for Bernie. I was in California and Florida. I was all over for Bernie.
Yeah, we all did. We all put in that fucking work for Bernie. And I just don't understand, like, how you can still just be like, oh, yeah, you know, Democrats and Republicans and shit. Jill Steiner pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I can say that. I just don't understand why people just don't have, like, it's nothing wrong with being wrong. You know, I was wrong about Bernie Sanders. I was wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with being wrong.
That just means that you learning, you know?
Yeah,
Make mistakes.
Just to forget it back, man. That guy was tough, man.
But we ain't go further to the right. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing. That was why people was mad at us because we went further to the left. We're like, oh no. Because if I like Bernie Sanders, if we saying Bernie Sanders was a compromise, what the fuck you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you think I would vote for anybody else? Like, why would you think I would vote for your corporate Democrat if I'm not going to vote for an independent / Democrat who don't take any corporate money? Like I'm going further to the left. I'm not like I remember the day when I had made a video about Bernie Sanders and people in DSA I was connected with, fucking all them Bernie people I was getting emails and basically telling me I was fired and all that shit. But because he was like, oh, we gotta vote for Biden to save democracy, vote for Biden over Trump. I said, what democracy? Nigga, ain't no fucking democracy, nigga. Y'all motherfuckers, we got red line and all this shit. Like, ain't no democracy. What you need to be doing is pushing people further to the left and telling them, I'm going third party. But you too much of a fucking coward to go against the Democratic Party and run independent, which you should have been done in the first place, because there's more independents than there are Democrats and Republicans. And people was willing to flip Republican and Democrat to vote for Bernie. So he could have won independently. But he was too much of a coward. He too much of a Zionist. And his job isn't to liberate us. His job is to give us hope. His job is the same as Zoran Madani's. Like, in the times where people are really being killed by ICE, in the times where people don't have much to eat, in the times where, fascism is, loud and proud. Zoran Madani is here to give you some kind of hope in the system. He's doing all these things so fast. Look at him. He's a real leader. We can do all these things. Yeah, we can. But guess what?
Yeah, people need to go out there and vote right here in Virginia. We just had an election. And Abigail right away, the first day, she has all this executive order about ICE. They cannot do this, they cannot do this, they cannot go to police cannot work, state troopers, sheriffs, local government do not fucking participate in ICE. I mean, that's what you need, man. And I want to shout out to my boy Jay Jones, the Attorney General, who draft all that stuff, because they're trying to attack him. They don't want African American Attorney General. And what happened was this little attacks happened way back 3-4 years ago. He had exchange with House Speaker, Republican Redneck, and he called him something the N-word, but he got pissed off and he called him out, fuck you and your kids, your family, all of you. So they keep that tax, and they were running this commercial every fucking day, every hour. Oh, Jay Jones said that he's going to kill his entire family, his kids. I was like, what the fuck? What would you say? When someone came to you who used the N-word on you while you were at work, you're going to say some shit.
Yeah, facts.
Somebody on the live said Madani is the new Bernie Sanders. He said Benedict. Benedict Sanders, like AOC, is the new Nancy Pelosi.
AOC need to bribe Chuck. That's what she needs to do, because he's a weak man.
Wait, I want to ask somebody who said Jill Stein pissed them off. I'm not like a super fan of hers or anything, but what did she do to piss you off?
She's a Russian
She
asset.
doesn't piss me off. She's just
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Russian asset.
Okay, no.
Russia don't need Jill Stein.
Right.
No.
Russia already got Bill Clinton.
You didn't see the pictures?
That was a dinner. And look. We have to get down to the history. We can't just look at things and call these things facts. We have to know the context of these things. And if you know why Putin has come into power, why Putin came into power, is because of Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. If anybody are Putin puppets, it's them. They taught Putin everything that he knows. They taught Putin how to take power in Russia. So this is facts. This is facts. And sitting next to Putin won't make you a Putin. I was invited to Russia.
I've been to Russia. I had a good time in Russia.
I could have met Putin. Would that make me a Putin puppet?
So y'all know, like in the 1960s,
I don't mind Russia.
in the 1960s, a lot of Black engineers weren't able to get jobs here in the United States. So Russia allowed a lot of the Black people to get jobs. And so in 2019, we had this event called Return. And that's just when descendants of enslaved Africans, we all just came together in Ghana. And I met a lot of Black Russians and actually went to Russia. But I was going to Russia anyway because I was getting to China. But anyway, it's a lot of Black people in Russia. Not a lot, but it's a lot. And they were very cool. So I had a good time in Russia.
Russia would not do any good with having Jill Stein as an asset, because what good is going to do with a woman that's not in any power? Like, if anything, you know, you'd be better off trying to get people who would literally sell out their fucking people. Like, it's not hard to bribe a capitalist. All you got to do is give them some fucking money. We have.
She condemned him. I put the tweet in here. She condemned him last year, and I was like, Jill, come on.
Yeah, and she didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? She was talking about
but Betty was like kind of forcing her to do it on his show or whatever the fuck.
And that, like, that's what somebody said. Why are you talking about Cold War bullshit? And that's exactly what it is. It's Cold War. It's Red Scare. And to be honest, you know, I don't even know why people are so up in arms about, you know, Russia when, you know, they are a capitalist society. Like, they are capitalists. They are like you guys. You know what I'm saying? They're not as bad as the U.S., but they're not communists. They're not trying to lead to a socialist movement. So I don't get why, you know what I'm saying? I understand why. Of course, they want to make it seem like, oh, Russia has something to do with you guys' election, when in all reality, you don't even have control over any of your elections at all. Like, you know.
It's not that the problem in Russia is personal freedom. You know, you cannot do whatever you want to do. You can get picked up any day, any time, any hour, and nobody's going to see you, and you're not going to see no justice. You talking about
Russia or America? You know, we talking about ICE.
That's where we're going right now. That's where we're going right now on the ICE, yeah. But in reality, that's the fundamental problem is Russia is military. You have no rights as a human being. Your dignity, you are nothing.
Did you hear this from Russians? Or the state propaganda that's telling us this? Because if you believe this about Russians, you probably believe the same thing about people on the DPRK.
Yeah.
You probably don't understand that you are speaking State Department propaganda, but the people of Russia, they just as free as you. I mean, we're not that free because we live in capitalist societies, but they don't live, you know, they're not, like, you got to understand, you know, I don't know, you live here in America, right? So you have to understand, when we are pointing fingers while we're living in the middle of the empire, you have to understand that we're talking about snatching people up and holding people against their will. Do you understand that, you know, majority of black men that's locked up are not charged with anything? They are a majority of people that get exonerated. They will be locked up for 50 plus years. We have just seen another man get exonerated after 70 years because of a crime that he did not commit. He has been held against his will. He has been taken. His life has been taken away from him. And this isn't just something that has been happening, you know, a couple of weeks ago. You know, that started a couple of weeks ago with ICE. This has been happening under your Constitution. It is law. It is law. If you fuck up and break their rules, they get to hold you against your will and make you a slave again. So we are pointing fingers at other countries when we are doing way worse, and we still have the biggest prison population. We have a bigger prison population than some countries have people on their fucking land. So, you know, we got to stop pointing fingers and clean up our backyard first. Maybe lead by example. Maybe show Russia what they should be doing, what they could do, and with their people and with their power. But while we still have people locked up unjustly, while people are still getting their head knocked open by the police, by ICE, that's trained by IDF, that's killing Palestinian kids, that's going out, the same IDF that's going out and killing people in Iran, same out going and bombing Lebanon. Hey, we have a lot of cleaning up to do before we point at the DPRK, before we point at any of these other countries. Because all of this shit is just projection. All of it is just projection. Literally, the West would do one thing and then blame it on a country in the fucking Middle East or in Asia. Like, that shit don't happen, bro. It don't happen. We are fed propaganda about these countries, and it sucks that a lot of it is believable because all we have been taught was bad things. So it's easy to believe bad things about these people enemies. But Russia is not your enemy. Putin is not your enemy. Your enemies are the people passing your bills right now. Your enemies are the Joe Bidens, are the Kamala Harris, are the fucking Trumps, the people in the House, the people in the Senate. Those are your enemies. And until the people of Russia feel like they have had enough of Putin, there is enough of people in Russia. There's enough people in the DPRK to overthrow their leaders. We have seen it done. We have seen it happen in these countries before. They have had multiple revolutions. So don't sit here and act like, oh, these people are just helpless and they need our help. They need our help because what you are doing is, once again, we talked about this earlier. When you are repeating State Department propaganda, you are manufacturing consent for the government to go in and overthrow their leaders. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how bad you think Putin is. We should not have anything to say about that or to do about that until the motherfucking people of Russia do it themselves, like how we have to do it ourselves. I know a lot of people who like to call on China. They like to call on Xi Jinping. They like to say, please liberate us. But nobody's coming to save you. Just like nobody's coming to save Russians. Nobody's coming to save Africans. The Haitians learned this the hard way. They dug themselves out and they beat one of the strongest empires in the fucking world.
What did Assata Shakur say? What did Queen Assata say? She said, only a fool let someone else tell him who his enemy is. Never let your enemies choose your enemies for you. And I think that is very relevant here. And we can't trust the United States to tell us who our enemies are, especially because they are enemies. They're the ones shooting people in the face. So I wouldn't trust the United States as far as I can throw them.
Right, and somebody said you never heard what Maduro did that was so dictatorial. Wouldn't that be front page news if they had it? And I'm going to tell you this. I'm gonna explain this because we talked about it earlier. Once again, like we all live under dictatorship. It just depends on who's running the country. You either live under a dictatorship of the proletarian or dictatorship of the elite class of the 1%. Like this democracy shit that has been fed a lie to you guys, especially to the West and Americans. It is a lie. It is an illusion of choice. It is to make you feel like you have some say so, when in all reality, we have been ran by the same families, just like how the DPRK have been ran by the same families. We call them a dictatorship. And like you guys have no say so on your laws, on the Supreme Court, on none of these things that's happening right now. And it doesn't matter how unpopular things are or how much we want certain things to get passed, they won't do it because you don't live under the dictatorship of the proletariat. You live under the dictatorship of the 1%ers. What they say goes. What is best for them is going to get passed. You understand? So this democracy shit is nothing but a mirage and a backdoor to let imperialists inside of your movements. It's a way to not hold these fascists accountable. They call it democracy to where everybody has a word, but everybody don't need to have a word, right? We can all agree with that. Racist people shouldn't be writing laws. People older than 80 shouldn't be writing laws for the future. We understand that, right? We agree with that, right? Everybody should not have a voice. So this democracy bullshit that they have been feeding you is just a lie to get you to let your guard down and for you to give up your freedom and give up your power. Give up your power to them. You give up your power. Once you give the keys to them, look where they have driven us. They have driven us to a fucking dead end. No gas. Car breaking down. Where has democracy led us? Regime change all across the world. We just kidnapped the fucking president, and we got the nerve to say that we live under a democracy. If you can't bring democracy to the world, you can't bring democracy to your people. And that goes back, that's just not for Trump. That's for Obama too. He killed Gaddafi, and then what? It's a slave trade in Libya. That goes for all of these people. Bush killed millions in the Middle East. How can you say your people are under a democracy, but all you bring is imperialism to the world? All you bring is bloodshed, a trail of fucking death behind you. Y'all haven't figured that you haven't lived in a democracy when we killed millions of fucking people over a lie? Y'all haven't figured we haven't had democracy when they gave all of our fucking power to the bankers, when they gave our housing to the bankers? These companies continue to get bailed out with our money. We sit here and protest, and we get our head bashed in, and you telling me that you live under a democracy and you have to go protest?
I understand this, and it's hypocrisy.
Thank you.
One of the really things I got pissed off this morning was I watched the video slowly, frame by frame, and they took this gun. I mean, he has a concealed license gun, and he was in his back, at the back of it. They took it out, and the guy walked away before the shootings. So you can see the gun. They take it out, and the guy walk away. Another officer come over there, start shooting him. He's on the floor. But compared to that, the guy that had an AR-15 in Wisconsin, middle of the day, shooting people, and nobody saying nothing. They say he's a hero. I mean, the hypocrisy, the NRA, this conservative, I don't understand this double standard. This guy didn't have a gun in his hand. His gun was his back.
And then it doesn't matter, because even with, like, we live in America, bro. We still have our Second Amendment, no matter if they like it or not. And it's so crazy because we know the right to bear arms was only made for Grizzly Adams. And this should show you, you know what I'm saying? This should show everybody. The right to bear arms was only made for Grizzly Adams, aka white man. If white man can't even have his fucking gun on him without it being an excuse to kill him, because that's not an excuse to kill somebody in America. It really isn't. Unless they pointing that at you, unless they are literally threatening you, you have, you know what I'm saying? You have no reason to kill him. They were stumping on this man. They just wanted to feel like, I'm telling you, man, I would not be surprised if that motherfucker is really.
That guy wasn't actually armed. It was propaganda.
Oh yeah, and the
I heard he was. I thought he was armed.
I think what happened was
they snatched something from him.
The press conference, Governor Walz, he said that he has. The sheriff said the way he said it. He said he has a licensed arm, unconcealed. He has that. He own it. But that particular time they didn't mention. But he said this man, he does own gun, and it's illegal. I listened to that in my own ears for the sheriff, Hopkins County Sheriff. He said that he owned a gun, but he didn't say he was high with him that time. I don't know about that.
We're talking about the guy that was killed in.
They said that they found a gun. He had a gun with him at the back of it. I watched the video. The guy took him out, and he's walking with. If you slow down, you will see it. He did has a gun. So if someone told you he didn't have a gun, that's a lie. We have to be careful. This is a lot of evidence. This guy did kill him for no reason whatsoever. He was not a threat. He was on the floor. Okay, so whatever reason they kill him, I think this is where they're gonna go with this. I'm saying is they're trying to come out with martial law, and they're trying to take away Second Amendments, and they're gonna go after everybody, and we're gonna be another Russia. Sorry, I know you like Russia.
They don't need martial law. Like, if we talking technically, martial law was already here. I just said this earlier. Martial law is already here when they put the National Guard on the ground.
Yeah, they just put them on the ground.
National Guard is already here. They got ice on the ground. They gave them permission to go inside of your house, not knock on your door. They go inside of your house without a warrant. So,
That's literally against our rights. What the fuck?
yeah, they don't need to take your weapons away because, as we see, Americans won't even fire them when needed be.
You had a 7 Democrats that voted for ICE budget $10 billion, and I couldn't believe this brother Davis from North Carolina and 2 Mexicans from Texas and this girl from New York, another girl from Washington. I don't understand all these Democrats, and some of them are very dark blue. The 2 from New York, I don't understand them. And also, even the one in Texas, they're fucking Mexicans and Latino, and they're against their own interest.
Don't you find
Fucked up,
it,
man. That's fucked
don't
up.
you find it like ironic that
Right.
there's always enough Democrats to cave? You know, like a couple years ago, it was Manchin and Cinema, and that's what they needed, right? They only needed those 2 Democrats. There's always enough, votes for the Republicans to push their agenda. And I really think that's because the Republicans are a regressive party and the Democrats are Republicans. Hey, Mosi, did you want to say something?
No, the Democrats don't hold them accountable on their Congress. Somehow they get away. The megaphones, they call them, they scared of them, and they stay in line. When it comes to Democrats, I don't know if it's Jeffrey, I don't care if it's Jeff Schumer. You have this senator from Pennsylvania. He's this MAGA. And the thing was when he was running for down there, my sister actually volunteered for him in Pennsylvania. And you know what? He was like EOC and all this. My sister down there, they're the one who pushed him. There was a nice guy named Lamb from down there in Pittsburgh area, and he was a blue dog, but he was a decent guy. But they pushed this guy, Bernie, and everybody. And look at him right now.
Absolutely. Hey, Mosi, did you want to say something?
Yeah. What I wanted to say is that, like,
And I got you next, Joe Blank. I saw that you had your hand up, Joe Blank. I got you next. I'm sorry. Go, Mosi. I'm sorry.
You're good. What I was gonna say is that it doesn't matter at this point if you're a quote unquote blue or red pilled person, because they're just taking away people's rights, and that's not okay. And like, they're going against our amendments, and that's bullshit.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be doing that for a minute. It's gonna be like that for a minute because people need to learn what they have to lose in order to for them to fight for it. Because a lot of people don't understand that it's coming for you too, and a lot of these bootlickers sitting here taking up for this man's death, making excuses for this man's death, licking the boot. They don't understand that boot is coming for them too. If you're not in a position of power, if you're not somebody who's a part of these corporations or a part of these APAC, wherever it may be, you can be a victim. Like they don't really care who you are, and the fact that white people are the ones getting shot up should tell you, and they say this is for criminals and whatever it may be. No, it's not. They will make you a criminal. They will make you a criminal. They'll call you a terrorist. They will call you a criminal, but in all reality, they're not here for criminals. They're trying to break up communities. This is why there are some strong gangs out here. You know what I'm saying? Even in Detroit, there's some strong gangs out there. In California that they did not touch. There's some strong gangs out there in Florida that they did not touch. It's for the simple fact that they're cowards and they're only going after people that they know that they can get away with this type of shit on. And unfortunately, white people have showed that they are defamed. White people have showed that, they are not, I wouldn't say, like they have lost their working class solidarity, like they have showed like they will let racism, racism go in certain situations and shit like that. And, now we here now, and now they make an example out of you. So it's fucked up. I'm trying to tell y'all for a minute, like, hey, when they get tired of killing us, they're gonna come for y'all too.
Joe Blank, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I did actually. What's up, guys?
What's good, Joe?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Like, one thing Rome was saying earlier, like around 2008, I voted for Obama his first term. Let me say that I voted for him the first time. I got caught up in that shit, and I was a stockbroker, right? And so when the crash happened, when that shit went down, I got to see it from the inside. And there were protests starting, Occupy had been going on for a while. They came out west, and like, I was the only guy in our corporate office that went down there in the streets and protested because, like, I knew what was going on. I knew how they were taking that money and giving it to the elites and the corporations and shit, and it just pissed me off and it radicalized me even more.
Yeah.
But I was just explaining to somebody here when they were ranting about Trump. I know we've all heard, before I got on the space, but they're ranting about Trump and how we're becoming a police state and shit. And
We already were one.
We already were one. I did a portrait of Breonna Taylor, right? And let me tell you, Breonna was a beautiful girl. She had the most beautiful big eyes full of hope. And I cried when I did that. Yeah. And they're able to bust into somebody's house, kill them, and face no consequences. Like, this is happening in the street. The frog gets boiled, but the frog doesn't know it's being boiled. This is not Trump. This is not Trump's fault. Trump is a symptom of a problem that has been building for years.
No, the crazy part about that whole Breonna Taylor thing is that one of the cops, I think, like, he got fired or let go, but then they let him go to another.
Didn't they let him teach?
They hired him somewhere else.
Oh, that's bullshit. Didn't they let him teach a class about warrants or something? The cop.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
About the media. I didn't hear about him going to a different office or like different station or whatever.
You know what? I kind of put the blame on us because we let that man live. You know, we can't say, "Oh, they let him keep his job." I'm like, we let him live, like, you know. And I feel like there's enough of us to do some shit to get away with it. Like, there's some cameras around this bitch, but we can niggas still getting away with some shit. You know. You know how to move during the fucking drill. You know, don't act stupid. Leave your phone at home. Stalk his ass down.
You want to see?
The bootlickers are the next people to get stepped on.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They think they ain't gonna come. They think, oh man, you know, as long as they don't, they can be like, what? Remember, just like that one ICE agent that got caught trying to have sex with trying to rape a minor, talking about, I'm with ICE, I'm one of you guys. Like, yeah.
People need to call and put pressure on their representative. I understand. That's one. I mean, I understand the Congress sucks, but still, you know, we need to put pressure on this reason for 25th Amendment. People need to constantly to call their state representative, the 2 senators. Enough of us if we just do that every single hour, every day. Trust me, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of legal. We don't want no violence, but we can just use.
Oh, don't speak for me, man. I want violence, bro. I need heads. I need heads, bro. I need heads on spikes because this has been going on way too long. You know, my grandparents used to get abused when they went out and protest. Like it has to stop, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to hold hands with these people. I'm not trying to talk to these people. I'm not trying to abolish these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to fucking because the thing,
abolish
like,
the system that made it that way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't sit here and like, oh well, we just got to like when like that's why I don't like when people don't follow through with what they are saying. They are saying you know, abolish ICE, or you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, but we abolish ICE, but what do we do with these people? You know, we got to make sure that they don't go back into the system. We got to make sure that they don't go back into life. Like, we can't have them around us, right? So these people have to go. And I don't mean prison.
They did to the Nazis, man.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't enough of them gone, but yeah.
Back to what you were saying about calling your congressman. I actually have done that. My congressman, I call my congressman multiple times about a genocide. I wanted him to stop a genocide. And that motherfucker just got back to me.
Go on Twitter if y'all want to join in.
So, and another thing, and then I was the dumbass for actually calling my representative. I used to work in Congress. I used to work for Senator Feinstein. And you know who answered them phone calls when y'all was calling, complaining about shit? My ass. A fucking untrained intern that had no power. I was answering those calls. So I don't even know why the fuck I even called about genocide. But, you know, I was desperate. So, but what I'm saying is, when I did work there, when I did work for in the Senate, and people used to come up there all the time, and this is when I was a baby liberal, people used to come up there to talk to Dianne Feinstein all the time. She had no parts. But when them lobbyists came, she made all the time in the world for them. That's who they listen to. That's who they're listening to. They ain't listening to us. They listen to who's paying them. And I think that's one of the biggest problems why I would never, ever contact my representative again.
Yeah, that shit is a waste of time. That shit only stops you from talking to each other about what really needs to be done. You know, everybody calling their representative, they're not calling each other. They're not talking to each other about what really needs to be going on. Because yeah, they are in a position of power where they can change things, but you know, we have to recognize shit for what it is. You know, if you got pattern recognition, like they've been in office for so long and if things have done nothing but got worse for you and your family, then obviously this motherfucker is the reason, you know. So there's no reason to trying to reason with these people at all. You know, the best thing to do is rally against them, you know.
Actually, they do listen to. I have a personal experience. One of my senators, Virginia here, Tim Kaine, he was one of 7 senators that voted for this dog killer, Homeland Security Secretary. So I was so pissed off. I wrote a long email and called him. I was like, man, why you did that? You know, this woman is crazy. You know, this woman is not fit to be a Secretary of State, Homeland Security. She killed her own dog. Think about that, man. She killed him, shoot him in the head. You know, and when she was a governor, I was like, this woman is crazy. She needs to mentally institution. She cannot be a secretary. Anyway, he realized recently, after I make a couple of calls, finally realized, oh, that was a mistake. I wasn't only him, it was some of them. Some of them voted, confirmed this crazy woman.
And you see, the problem is, you know, even, of course, everybody has their role to play in a revolution. Everybody has a role to play in the empire. So some of them have to play these roles to keep their hopes up. So of course, you know, some people have to listen to their people. Some people have to pass certain bills or go against certain other people. But these are band-aids that you guys are putting across, you know, gaping wounds. I'm talking about you just got hit with a fucking chainsaw and you guys are trying to put band-aids over this. And this is why things would never last. These things never last. These bills never last. You know what I'm saying? They are never backed up and protected because, you know, they are playing ping pong with our life, ping pong with our rights. And, you know, some of them make you feel like you should lose hope. Some of them make you feel like, you know, there's hope in the system, but they're just playing with you, bro. Like, we need to get rid of this shit altogether. There shouldn't be some like, oh, I need you to go against this fuck you all pregnant women, fuck you all trans people bill. Like that is something that shouldn't even be brought up as a fucking bill. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know, and if we don't get rid of that system, that type of system, Look, I think where we are, I think you are thinking like what a neoliberal mindset.
No, I just believe in, this is the way America is. It always been through this system, but I know listen, in November, 9 months from now, you have the opportunity to go there and vote and choose your representative. You need to mobilize, and you get someone that you can trust, even for yourself. Run for yourself. You right here, right now on this base, go ahead tomorrow to fill up a paper to run your own district. Challenge the person that is there already.
See, this is what I'm gonna cut you off because that's why I say I think you're thinking with a neoliberal mindset because I'm not trying to save the empire. I don't care about who's representing you. I don't care about who's running. I don't care to run. I'm not trying to save the empire. That's why I'm like, I'm asking you, are you trying to save capitalism? Are you trying to save the system? Because that's all putting me in a position of power is going to do. It's under a capitalist society. Like, what else would I do besides hold up capitalism? Or get killed for trying to go against these people?
I'm saying is, you using the system the way it is, find the people that represent your values that can change this system.
Oh, yeah. This sounds like black faces in high places. We have had a black president. We have had black representation ever since black people can vote. Representation and people who can make you feel good and can tickle your balls. That isn't anything new. That they have been something that the empire has been feeding you for a long time. If you don't break the system as a whole, then you're always going to go back and forth with, we just have to find some more people because you have to understand this country, the ideology that this country runs on gave birth to Germany, gave birth to Nazism. So
Facts.
There's nothing to save. There's no representation in the empire because I don't want to be represented under a fascist society. I don't care to be, I don't care about none of this shit. All I care about is doing what I can to get the power out of these people's hands, to put power back into the hands of the proletariat. That is my job. No, that is my job. I don't like to sit here and be like, after all of this shit is happening, it's kind of a slap in the face to a lot of people, especially black people, and I hear that you're African. It's a slap in the face to a lot of Africans, especially with what the Somalian community is going through right now, because even with the Democrats being in office all throughout that state, they are still letting these right-wing motherfuckers run rampant in their communities and do whatever the fuck they want to. There is no protection from the Democrats that these Africans have put in power. So there is nobody here there is nobody coming to save you, and the ones that came to save you are already dead.
I understand where you come from because I was before I came here. Sometimes I listen to privately those cry doing spaces. And I was spaced down there. And some guys, why do we have to go to Minnesota? What's going on? Why? And one of them came out and goes, no, we got to go there because Charles Crick talked about it. He goes, look at down there. We are 93% of the population. And you had Attorney General Keith Ellison, African-American. You got a mayor of St. Paul and Marvin. And he goes, all those African-Americans get power because of Somalis. I swear to God, that's what he said. I was like, it doesn't even make sense. Those people got power because of policies. When it comes to black people in general in Minnesota, they are less than 5% of the population. I don't care if you're Caribbean, if you are FOP, if you are Somali, Eritrean, Ethiopian, West African, all put together, they are less than 5% of the population in Minnesota. It's a white state.
Yeah.
So Keith Ellison got elected by white people. The mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota, Marvin, got elected by white people. It's a white city. So yeah, somebody's living just down.
Yeah, and it's still a democratic city. It's still a democratic grand city, and all those fucking white people who say that they have solidarity with Black lives. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just liberal, and that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what this is what neoliberalism will lead you. This is what neoliberalism will lead you. So I'm not trying to put band-aids over something that needs stitches. Something that needs surgery. Like that would. Yeah. Oh, my nigga Devin here. Devin, what's good? What's good, boy?
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I also just want to say
what's good, Nick?
Yeah, honestly, like going back to Seattle, I still remember that one time when Kshama Sawant had her bill up for rent control the summer after 2023 school year. And the Democrats voted, all but one of the Democrats voted against it. And I was so pissed. Like, so pissed. Like, it was, and that just gave me the reminder that just put it in me that, yeah, that even locally, they're not coming to save you. And that's how I felt with Mamdani. And if you look throughout history, and I'm actually doing a project on this, working with the Black Student Union at my alma mater, you don't get any gains without putting militant grassroots pressure.
Yeah.
That's how we got emancipation when enslaved people left the plantations to join the Union, even though they weren't rocking with us. But when the Black soldiers joined the Union, they messed the Confederacy up so bad. And Lincoln ended up, who wanted to sell us to other countries too. Like what Trump is doing.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to sell us to other countries. But it was because of the Union. And he said, and Lincoln even said, he didn't care if saving the Union freed one slave, some slaves, or no slaves. He would still, that was the main reason. He didn't care about freeing us. But it was also because a lot of us joined the Union, left our labor behind, and pressured him to sign emancipation. Same with the New Deal. There was a lot of militant unions and who were not in partnership with their management. They were not in partnership with their management. They stood their ground. And now we're seeing again with Minnesota, standing their ground, defending each other. I even heard there were even some Republicans that were down there. So that's what's gonna change shit. Not electoralism. I mean, even if it did, we can't wait that long.
Yep. 2028?
Right. Like I said before.
Just wait till Gavin Newsom deny you your rights.
Like I said, with Gavin Newsom, they're going to play the same playbook. And then when Gavin Newsom gets, and let's say Gavin Newsom does get in, they're going to use that playbook of like, oh, okay, we'll see. We can't bypass this.
The Republicans are blocking him. He's trying.
Even though Trump just proved that we can bypass it, we're not going to do that because we don't secretly care about you enough to do that.
No, they're gonna say they don't want to break the law because they're not like Trump, so they're not gonna take the power that we know that they have. Take advantage of the power that we know they have.
The parliamentarian excuse is my favorite.
Oh man, I forgot all about that one. That's a classic.
I didn't even know there was a fucking parliamentarian.
Me neither. They probably didn't either. They was like, what can we do? What can we say? It was like 1965. We actually had
That's what I'm more terrified of because, bro, like you said about neoliberal cities, I live in Seattle. So I'm worried that all of that energy that I'm like with all the events that I've planned to help people become more militant, I'm scared that energy is going to die down completely if a Democrat takes office after 2028. I'm just not as scared as that as the shit that's happening right now.
That's what I'm sorry.
Back to brunch. Dear Lord, help us all.
That's what neoliberals do. They're gonna take all that power that you had built and they're gonna use it against you.
And then say, when did stuff get this bad? Like that just pissed me off. Like when they're shooting people. Like, do you know how many people have been shot and killed by the police? Like, what? Anyway,
You're hiding too. Like,
yeah, they act like this is
Do you know how many people died at Kansas City for this year so far?
this year so far. It's fucking. We only 24 days in. I don't want to know. I prefer to stay ignorant. I don't want to. Okay, go ahead. Tell us. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put the Japan Chama, and I can't even believe I can't even combine from Ronald Reagan
Yeah.
until Joe Biden put together, and ask us the people that die inside ICE jail. Last time I was checked was almost close to these 68 people. That's what I counted. Can you believe that? This just for Donald Trump only. They had a 5 years old. Can you believe 5 years old boy putting a handcuff? What the 5 years old kid knows? I got my right now. I'm gonna put it to bed right now. I have a 5 years old right now. I'm gonna put it right now. 5 minutes. I cannot imagine what kind of humanity, what kind of man that wears uniform. I put a handcuff in 5 years old boy. What kind of drama that kid's gonna go through for the future?
Exactly.
Fucking awful, honestly.
That's why we got to kill these people now.
Gaza
So we.
has a lot to do with it. That's why I think Gaza has a lot to do with it. When they saw, oh, it's cool to kill kids, they was like, oh, we could do this shit here. I really, truly believe that Imperial Boomerang be boomeranging. Like,
Yep.
I truly believe that.
Yep. When they saw that some Americans was down with, children down in Palestine, they was like, oh shit, we about to come over and do this shit because now we have ICE is about to get drones, the same type of drones that is being used in Palestine. And I know I don't know if some people might not be into this conspiracy, but it's conspiracy in many hoods around and black neighborhoods around America where, we feel like they're using certain noises to make us go insane, or like we found the chirp box, you know what I'm saying? Found the box that barks and stuff like that. So I think, they're testing out a lot of stuff on Palestinian children that they're perfecting for us. So, and for everybody who say, oh, this isn't our fight, we got to worry about what's going on at home now. I'm like, nigga, the same people that's, denying you healthcare is committing a genocide. So what the fuck is talking about? All of it is connected. And
That's why I don't understand anarchists right now. Like, they're still trying to act like they're like, I don't get it. Like, don't they know that they'll just drone strike your ass?
man,
I don't know what they're thinking right now. They're like, we need to have a revolution. We need to, Leninism is irrelevant. I'm like, yeah, you're not grasping reality. I can't talk to whoever.
I don't even waste my time with them no more, man. Because I'd have been so disappointed with so many of them. They don't understand why, man. I don't know. A lot of them are not like the OGs. They do not believe in the same thing OGs do. I think a lot of them are just,
As someone, I'm sorry. As someone who used to be an anarchist, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of them have liberal tendencies.
Yeah.
They are liberals.
Imperialist tendencies. Half the anarchists have effectively taken CIA positions on world politics. It's pretty fucking crazy.
I remember when I seen anarchists teaming up with Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so on brand for them. So,
Bro, you're not gonna believe this, but it took seeing Zelensky congratulating Netanyahu for me to realize this man should not have any of our support.
Yeah.
And that was before Gaza. That's how anti-Israel I was.
Yeah, I already knew when I knew this because we had we had seen I remember when we had overthrew Ukraine. I remember that. I remember when we overthrew Ukraine, we installed Zelensky. I remember when Joe Biden was holding back aid against Ukraine before they installed Zelensky. So I had my eyes on Ukraine for a minute, and because I remember when Lindsey Graham had said that they was gonna use Ukraine to fight Russia, Like he said that in front of a camera with them in the back of him. It was years before the Russia-Ukraine war. Yeah. So I had my eyes on and then Ukraine is full of fucking Nazis, bro. Like I would not, I don't know. So I was conflicted like a motherfucker. I'm like, nah, I'm not supporting Ukraine. I don't give a fuck. Like if they die, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care about Ukrainians. I'm not gonna sit here and lie on my platform and be like no. But
But you remember when they were initially bombed and they were getting on the trains and they wouldn't let black people.
They won't let black people in, and then
they were shooting them at the border when they were trying to leave.
Shooting them at the border. Yeah, I did not feel bad after all that shit. I was like, yeah, you can go ahead and wipe them out, Putin. And the fucking not only that,
I care about Ukrainians. Like
they was tying ethnic Russians to poles, spray painting their faces, stripping them. They was doing this to women, young children, pulling down their pants, and a lot of this, it was horrible, man. It was horrible. And this is why Russia had to step in, because it wasn't just like the US government and the Ukrainian army, the military coming in and just killing people. It was regular people. It was basically like Israel. Like people, everyday people fucking with these ethnic Russians.
They've been like messing with Russia since I was 9 years old. They've been starting to say Russia's gonna do this and that. They've been talking about Russia for a very long time. And now they don't like it because Putin's not gonna let them in. So they're just getting killed. And that's what they want anyways. They don't give a fuck about Ukrainians.
Hell no. They should have known. I keep telling people.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, they kept saying we're gonna fight to the last Ukrainian. They said we're gonna get defeated in their own fucking speech. Like that's not something to be like, you know what I'm saying? If we're going out to go do a drill and we're like, hey, we're gonna fight to the very last one of us. Like, hold on, nigga. You mean them, nigga? You gonna fight to the last Russian? You mean like what do you mean Ukrainian? Then think about it now. They meant that literally, because now there's young teens being snatched up. There's people as far as 60, 70 years old being snatched up and thrown on the front line. So yes, they was dead ass, to every last Ukrainian. And there's been a fucking hit on Ukrainian population so much. I don't even think they can make a comeback. I don't think they can make a comeback. I think their population is probably done for.
Hi, Rome.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going.
I wanted to say something about the Ukraine thing, because when we talk about like Ukraine being full of Nazis, I just want to point out, like, don't forget how much the US is full of Nazis. Mm-hmm. And like me and you are here, we're not Nazis, but like, we're here in this country that is full of Nazis, but like me and you and our kids, we don't deserve to be, victims of whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that, but like, I see it like this. We don't deserve,
but like the two areas, like this is important. So just hear me out. Like the areas that Russia's trying to take over from Ukraine, as far as I know, and I'll try to find some information to send to you, but like the areas they're trying to take over are areas that have like elected themselves into communism. So like some of the Russian invasion and some of the Russian like trying to take over certain like Donbass and like certain areas has to do with anti-communism. I'm gonna go find that information for you right now. But like I see one person doing a thumbs down.
Putin is an anti-communist. Putin is an anti-communist, of course. So I wouldn't expect for anybody invading a country to try to, push communism. So I don't really. What I'm saying is I don't give a fuck about Ukrainians, like straight up. And yes, we live in a Nazi in a Nazi society, but look at it. You got to look at it like this: anything that's coming to us is our fault because we didn't stop it. You know, so if Michigan did get bombed, I have no problem with America getting bombed because we didn't ask. Look. Let me talk. We have wiped millions of people off this earth, and we are still doing it. And none of these people have asked to be victims of white supremacy. None of these people have asked to be victims of our taxpaying dollars funding the American empire. So I have no problem with the chickens come home to roost. It's gonna happen. And when you are, doing when you are doing something, horrible things that have been done to the ethnic Russians in Ukraine, you got to expect for something to come home. You got to expect for something to knock on the fucking door.
What I'm saying is, like, I don't mind dying for the revolution, but I don't want to die for nothing. Like, I don't want to just die because some Nazi killed me. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you don't want to die for that, well, you better start fighting now, because either way it go, you're going to die because of the empire. Yeah, either way it go, you're going to die because of the empire, whether that be diabetes, cancer, or whatever it may be, a bullet from a gang member gun or a bullet from a cop or ICE. You might get beat to death. It's still going to be because of the empire,
Most likely for me, for someone like me, statistically, most likely it's going to be heart disease that goes untreated because I'm poor.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is, and that's not fair either. Yeah, absolutely. You too. Yes, all women in the United States are most likely to die from untreated heart disease because we don't have health care. And there's that too. And if I had a choice, I'd rather die fighting for a revolution. But things are hard, man. I don't know.
Hey, that's just the world we're living in. Because all the shit that's happening around the world, you gotta understand that something's gonna happen. And yes, I don't want anybody to be victims or of bombing and shit like this. But if we're not stopping this, who gives a fuck? Like, if think about this, if I was a Palestinian, if I had some rockets to reach America, I wouldn't give a fuck where it's reaching. Because it's coming from there.
I would not blame them.
Right. I will not blame Iran. I will not blame Iraq. I will not blame none of these countries for getting their get back, because we have slaughtered their fucking civilians. And sometimes, hey, them tables turn. Them tables turn, and you're not always the strongest person in the room. And if your civilians are not trying to put a stop to it, then they must agree with it.
But also, Rome, I want to point out, because somebody said, before Gaza, someone a couple minutes ago said before Gaza, I want to point out that the problem between Israel and Palestine has been going on for almost 100 years.
Yeah.
It's been going on for 80 years. And this has been a problem since after World War II, when NATO and England decided we're going to take over this land. And it's the same colonizers it's always been. It doesn't just come down to October 7th until now. It goes way back. And I just want to point that out.
Okay, my 2 cents about the Russian sort of breakaway regions of Ukraine is that they reached out for help to the opposition party of Russia.
Yeah.
This is the KPRF, the Communist Party of the Russian Federation. And the KPRF lobbied Putin to do something against these ethnic Russians getting targeted for, since 2014. And finally, they did. And so that's where the impetus came from, was from communism.
So I'm wrong. So when I say that part of the Russian invasion was to take over these voluntarily communist areas, I'm wrong.
I don't know if you're 100% wrong. I don't know your entire broad worldview on the entire issue is, but
Well,
I'm just laying out
I'm asking in good faith. I'm not like asking
Sure,
argumentatively. I'm asking like, okay, it was my understanding like, things are confusing.
Because I say, think about it like this: Russia don't need like there's almost nothing that Russia needs from Ukraine.
Yeah.
There's almost nothing Russia needs from Ukraine. If Russia needed anything from Ukraine, they would have took it during the revolution.
Well, no, there is specifically. So, like, in particular, and I talked about this
I'll be right
when
back.
the invasion first started, like, most of the land border between Russia and Ukraine, the huge land border between Russia and Ukraine, that's where most of the Russian population lives. So my understanding in the first place was they didn't want NATO that close to their land border between Russia and Ukraine, which was totally understandable, especially when you look at the Warsaw Pact. Like, that's a violation directly. NATO was not supposed to expand that far and be that close to the Russian border. But then someone else showed me some stuff about some of these areas being communist. And so I'm trying to ask, I cannot read that name. I am so sorry, my friend. But my friend who says, so I might be wrong when I'm saying this, but my understanding was that Donbass and a couple of the territories that Russia wants, basically that they've said, if you give us these territories, we'll leave you alone, that those were the communist areas.
Oh yeah, they definitely had communist, socialist republics, they called them. The Socialist Republic of Luhansk and the Socialist Republic of Donbass, or what was the main city in the northern one?
So it was my understanding what they wanted was to end those communist.
No. See, look, the truth is, NATO needs to get the fuck out of Ukraine, and I know they're not in Ukraine under their own names, but collectively, NATO have been fighting Russia. There has been a NATO versus Russia war. Nothing more, nothing less. They have been breaking peace treaties that has been signed since 1992, where they have agreed that the West or NATO would not move further east upon Russia borders. So they are breaking the same shit that they put into power. You know what I'm saying? That they put it the same laws they put into power. They are breaking those laws. They have been breaking those laws.
NATO has expanded to 14 territories they promised not to.
Yeah.
So in total, it's 14 territories, but Ukraine happens to be the largest land
but
border.
think about it like this. Think about it like this. If all of your enemies moved on your block, when you be like, okay, let me start getting rid of some of you motherfuckers.
If you see one person standing up outside your house,
come outside, we're not about to jump you. That's what they doing in Russia. They surrounded Russia and saying, come outside, we're not about to jump you. But Poland and Britain and all these people, we got France putting in money, sending weapons. Come outside, we're not about to jump you. That is literally what they're doing to Russia. So it wasn't the fact that Russia wanted these territories. The territories are basically just dirt and wheat. Like, they have China to trade with. What the fuck do they need Ukraine for?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Ukraine is the land border so 80% of the Russian population lives along that land border with Ukraine. So Russia, of course, looks at that as that's a huge strategic territory. So for the U.S. or NATO to be moving into that area, Russia's got a right to have their feathers ruffled over that.
And they've only been saying it for years, though. They've only been saying for
get away from us.
They're coming closer. They're expanding, and nobody did nothing. So
you're right.
We're here today.
Exactly, and I agree with that. But I also think at first, and you can look back at my posts from when Russia first invaded Ukraine, and I was like, okay, here's why this happened. and I talked about the Warsaw Pact. And now, as it's gone on, I'm looking at what Russia's doing, and I'm going, okay, I think you're going a little too far.
No, hell no, they're not going further enough. You gotta. They are fighting empires. They are not fighting Ukraine. You are looking at this like they are fighting Ukraine themselves. We have mercenaries from America that's going over there. We have mercenaries from the UK going over there. We know this because they have their passports on them when they get their ass killed. So
I'm sorry, like you could be right, and I'm sorry if I say something that's like.
no, you good. Everything is a learning lesson, but there's little to like. Even Putin has said this, like, you know, like we don't want to go to war with you guys. Leave us the fuck alone. He kept saying this. Leave us alone. Like this is gonna cause World War III. This will cause World War III, and nobody is listening to this man. Everybody's calling him crazy, but he's, you know, not threatening us. He's warning us. Like we don't need two nuclear superpowers going after each other, fighting each other in this proxy war through Ukraine. That is what it is. Because if it was just Ukraine versus Russia, Ukraine would have been flattened. And I'm not saying just, you know, like, I mean literally. If they wanted that land, then it is no problem. It is no problem for them to go in. They got super weapons. Like they haven't even brought out the good shit yet. They still bringing out Soviet Union shit. So if he wanted it, he could have took it. It wasn't about land. It's not about power grabbing. It's about keeping NATO away from them. They are like 5 to 10 minutes away, striking distance away from Putin. And why would you want your enemies that close to you? Like I'm asking you. Okay, look, I'm asking you because I'm trying to put it into terms that we can agree on, or we can see ourselves. So if one of your enemies moved in the back of you, the other one moved on the side of you, the other, even though y'all squashed the beef, you say, hey, we're not going to do this anymore. We all grown. We all got kids, blah, 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 right? But somehow you go on Facebook, they talking shit. Wherever the fuck social media y'all saying, they all talking shit behind their back, or they DMs get leaked. They talking shit about you. This is what's happening to Russia. Now Russia have to fight not only the American empire, you have to fight Britain, UK, they have to fight France, they have to fight all of these people because of the fact that Putin did not give up his power to America once he got into power. That is why they are mad at Russia. This is why they are pushing so much propaganda, because Putin supposed to be the one to deliver us, you know, power to deliver the power over from Russian people and over to the Clinton family. That's why they mad at Putin. Putin turned their back on the Clintons and took his power and ran with it, like anybody else would if they were fucking smart. And he has kept his fucking power. They call him a dictator. He's smart. He's smart. He's smart. He kept the people alive as long as possible. He's popular where he's at. He can't be doing that fucking bad if his people isn't trying to overthrow his fucking ass. And I know.
But Rome, I want to know. Like, so here's my question, and I'm serious. Like, why doesn't Russia just finish the shit off? Like, just finish the shit off.
Because they're a capitalist society too. They make money off of war just like the Americans do.
Yeah. They're not totally communist, but they're a little bit. I mean, you can't go backwards once you already have communism.
I don't think Russia is in any way communist. Like, they're not a little bit. You can't be a little bit communist. Like,
it's not a matter of a little bit or a lot. It's a matter of like what they already accomplished, and there's no undoing that. In terms of state ownership over key sectors of the economy, like resources, there's still state-owned enterprises in Russia. That's the main.
Well, that might be true, but that doesn't change the agenda, I would say, of. Okay. Yeah, like, you know, so I'm just saying, when I ask Rome, like, you know, why don't they just finish it off? Like, if you could squash, you know, Ukraine, you can squash your enemies, and why not do it? Right. Like, they have people from the DPRK coming in and fighting in Ukraine. They have China backing them. Like, why not just put that shit to bed? You know what I mean?
I'll say this. Their priorities have changed, but their structure hasn't. They now prioritize
And we got somebody in the
stability
chat.
at any cost, even undoing sort of rapid progressions in terms of advances.
But that's exactly what the downfall of the USSR was, wasn't it?
Right.
Stability at any cost. And to be honest, like right now, I don't know. I mean, I came in here like we were talking about ICE and everything, and I don't mean to rapidly change this.
I mean, everything is connected. Everything is connected anyway. But I just want to get to somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat has said, somebody in the chat, a couple of people in the chat was answering questions and whatnot. Somebody said they don't want to escalate to a point of an open war with NATO. But if you listen to Putin, he has already said that this is an open war with NATO. He already said this is a war with NATO. So
Donald Trump went and insulted NATO this week.
Yeah.
To the point where other countries were like, fuck y'all. And some of our allies just like said, we're not fucking with the United States anymore. So like when we talk about we don't want to come out against NATO, like what? First of all, NATO is a Nazi organization.
Russia. No, they saying Russia don't want to escalate to the point of an open war with NATO.
Yeah, but you know what? The United States, first of all, NATO is a Nazi organization.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, it's an anti-communist organization. And just as I said, this week, the president of the United States went and insulted the fuck out of NATO. So I'm like, I don't like Donald Trump, but I'm also laughing my fucking ass off at him insulting NATO and talking about the allies and shit like that. And it's just like,
they're not allies, they are vessels.
well, what we call the allies, you know what I mean. But right now, looking at what's going on in the United States and going, we got a real ass Gestapo here. And I'm scared. Like, my kids are here. My kids go to school. They're Black. Their last name is Lopez. Like, I'm genuinely dead ass getting fucking scared. And I live in New York. So, like, in New York, you normally don't get scared because it's like, it's New York. And there ain't shit gonna happen here. But I don't know, man. Like,
Stephen, good point. Stephen said he's trying to whip NATO into shape. That's it. And that's a lot of what's going on right now. He's going around the world, huffing and puffing with his chest out. He just, kidnapped the president. He's trying to, show his power and trying to get them on, trying to get them in line to show like, hey, we're going to have this expansion, whether you guys like it or not. It's not, we're going to take over our vessels. And like I was explaining to you guys, not this crowd, but another show, a Nick show, that if you have a military, U.S. military base on your country, you're already overthrown. It don't take much for them to switch the button from aid to bullets, and so if they are feeding you, they're only feeding you to make you weak, to make you dependable. And once all these countries feel like these countries are well for picking, then they're going to do it. This is why they went after Denmark, because Denmark is well for picking, especially with climate change. That's going to have a big effect on us, a big effect on Greenland, a big effect on Denmark, and it's going to uncover a lot of those rare earth minerals. So, and it's going to, they hope that it's going to put us on track to get at least in the race with China, but it's not. It's not. So we're going to take over those vessels. We're going to take over those vessels, not only from South America, but yes, Europe is next, because America is the empire. And until somebody else take the keys from the superpower, it's going to be this way.
One question I have, just for the whole group, something I've noticed, I live in Minneapolis. The unit that Donald Trump put on standby, the Army division, is one of the only, if not the only, units that train exclusively in Arctic conditions, probably up in Alaska or something. And he's put them in standby for Minnesota. I'm wondering, what extent does this have a connection to the Greenland escalation?
Shit, probably training, urban warfare.
I think actually probably nothing. I don't think anything's really gonna come of that Greenland shit. Like,
Yeah.
To be honest, like I think that's just posturing. That's just our idiot president. Like he walked it back in the last couple days.
Yeah, we did see that.
You know, I don't think that's going to turn out to be as much of a big deal. But at the same time, like, we have to look at what's actually happening right now in front of our faces. Like, we all know that this man was murdered in cold blood. This woman was murdered in cold blood in Minneapolis by ICE. Like, we have a real life fucking Gestapo happening right now. And I think that's, like, the much bigger deal for each of us as individuals at home right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So my theory is that the plan is to turn Greenland into the technocracy version of Epstein Island for
the IT bros.
Data centers. Yeah.
Yeah, led by Peter Thiel.
Yeah, because Americans not having that shit.
Hold up, because please explain tech, whatever the fuck you said. Explain it for stupid people.
It would be like they already have plans, right? To like all these tech billionaires to like build this new city in Greenland, and it would presumably be like a center for like tech, like think of like almost like San Francisco.
Yeah, like Silicon Valley.
But for like gay pedophiles. Okay?
Techno-fascism. That's what the word term means.
Yeah. Like
okay, so my question is, if they do that, who serves them? Like, do they bring cleaning ladies and sucking servers and everything else?
Yeah,
okay.
They're gonna turn. Listen, they have no, like the way they're acting, they have no regard for civility, rule of law, democracy, anything, right?
Well, no, that's always my first question, just so you understand. Like, that's always my first question when someone talks about, like, the conspiracy of the rich. I'm like, okay, well, who's going to wipe their asses?
And then it's, either robots or it's always going to be somebody there to tap dance. Always going to be somebody there to wipe master's ass. Don't never doubt it.
Yeah.
Don't never doubt that. But, you know, and another thing about Greenland with this techno-fascism bullshit is, you know, it is not the weather there. You know what I'm saying? The weather there is great for data centers. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's straight up. It's good for data centers. They can sit it right off the water. So, yeah, that's where I think it's the big thing.
Well, yeah, that's one of the big issues with AI right now, right? Is the amount of water it takes for the cooling. So like one of the biggest issues with AI is how much of the local water gets used for their cooling, which actually doesn't get replaced back into the system. So I understand that, but what I don't understand is what the threat is. Like, so if you did have them build this, what did you call it, techno-fascist? I'm sorry, I'm too stupid to remember the name.
I think he
said technocracy, right?
Yeah.
If you did build that, like, okay, so then what? You got them all over there. Now what? Like, what stops us from just bombing them?
We ain't got no bombs.
I think they have a fantasy.
We could get some bombs, man.
I think these rich people have a fantasy like Superman with the Fortress of Solitude. Just living.
Yeah.
That would be their biggest mistake, though, wouldn't it?
I mean, they already making a mistake with this AI thing anyway, because they already invested way too much money to where they don't even see that they're going to make any profit from it. So, especially with, you know, all of this demand, all this supply they had made with no demand as far as the RAM you know, as far as all of these things that, you know, go when it comes to building these data centers and these computers. So yeah, they already put way too much money in. CEOs is already, you know, pressing the alarm. They're pressing the red button, saying like, "Hey, this is a bubble. It might be a bubble. It might pop. It might not. We know it's a bubble." And they already invested way too much. But the thing is, they have to double down. They have to double down. They are already like they too far in it. They are too far in it, and only thing that's going to stop them is if they, you know, like if nothing else can help them, then they're going to stop. And yeah,
I think what I mean is if these motherfuckers were literally located all together on one island, that would simplify our job, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah.
not. I mean, they're all in one place. Let's just hit them. Like,
yep. I wish it was that easy.
Right. I think of Palantir, that whole data center, database, surveillance apparatus has a part to play in this as well.
Yeah.
That's
no,
another
what?
that they're doing the Palestinians first.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. They were the beta testers.
Yep. All of those shits. All them shits coming home.
Started doing surveillance on us here.
They already have surveillance over us. We live under a Patriot Act.
Really bad, actually.
And another thing, how coincidental is it that Bill Clinton couldn't pass that this like Security Act in 2000, which was a year before 9/11?
Mm-hmm.
wait, sorry, hold on. I'm confused. And I'm old, but like 2000, Clinton was president?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like, he wouldn't be out of president then.
Yeah, for the
That was his last
up
year.
until January, late January was when George W. Bush was sworn in.
Oh, that's why he couldn't pass it, because he was out.
Right. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to remember back. You can't be older than me, but nobody's
I was
older
5.
than me. Yeah, I was 20, so.
I was -2. But
Well,
there we go.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm like 2000. That was W. Like, yeah. What was it he was trying to pass? You said?
It was some. Cause I remember watching it on this like second thought. It was a Security Act, something like the Patriot Act turned out to be. But he couldn't pass it because I think people wouldn't have agreed with it. So
Oh, that Patriot Act was fucking rough, man. And that, like,
So that's when that's when, coincidentally, 1 year later, you had 9/11, and then all the people that were against security culture, even the like what Nick said, like the hillbillies and the those pickup truck drivers who used to be like anti-cop became quote unquote patriots then.
well, that was the thing. And even in New York, man, and this was what was fucking crazy. Like, being a New Yorker, watching 9/11 happen, and watching people in my family, like, I'm Sicilian, we don't like cops, right? But then all of a sudden, everybody
patriotic.
was, pro first responder, which included cops. And all of a sudden, we're like, cops are the best, man. And I was there, like, I think I was like 18 years old, and I was like, yo, this is fucking weird.
Somebody said DHS was created in 2001 too, and so was ICE.
Especially for Sicilians and Italians in New York, to have Giuliani, who was totally against us, like, some of us are in the mafia, whatever. And, like, he was persecuting us directly with that RICO Act shit. And then all of a sudden, everybody was like, we love Giuliani. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's
Bro.
It's fear. Because 9/11 instilled a lot of fear, and that was the point. Because, let's not forget who actually took part in it.
Yeah, but to me, it was like, it makes sense. Like, I was 18 and I was there, like, I understand exactly why this shit happened. Makes sense. Understandable. I'm not mad. And I watched that shit happen from my bedroom window. Like that was traumatizing for me.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
9/11.
Oh.
And how it relates to like
We're
how
talking about a lot.
and how
Oh, the security. Yeah,
ramped up
because
after that.
yeah,
Right, but
basically,
even as someone who was like sitting, I was a child, I was in my bedroom watching this shit happen from my bedroom window. I was like, yeah, I understand why this happened. Like Rome was saying earlier, he wouldn't be mad if someone bombed us. Like when that shit happened, I wasn't mad at the people who did it. I was mad at my own government. Because like this is your fault. Like Russia, Afghanistan, the USSR, like Osama bin Laden, Clinton, like all this shit, we could have seen it coming.
They made all that shit. They made them people. They gave these people their fucking power, and then they take it away and kill you when they don't need you anymore. They're gonna do the same thing to Vladimir Zelensky. So
to be honest, like that was like 2001, like after they passed the Patriot Act, and that was like the mass surveillance. That's when they started.
Yep.
That's when we really should have got scared, and like really should have started having solidarity.
Yep.
I did. I was like, this is fucked up.
I was only 11 though, but
Yeah, I was an adult. I was like, yo, they're violating our fucking freedoms right now, and like nobody sees it.
and then when they passed Foster Sesta, nobody really cared because it looked like it was a bill to combat child sex trafficking, whatever. But we should have all known that like they don't care about that here.
and then that shit didn't even help any of the kids that they said they was gonna help.
It did. All it did was take down the websites that sex workers were working on, and then it censored us. Now, when you guys get your when we all get our accounts deleted, it's because of Foster Sesta. And then they're gonna try to pass more stuff right now. They're like trying to take out Section 230. Like right now, they're like trying to work on it. It's so fucked up.
Meanwhile, every G20, all the like escort bookings get sold out. You know, like they with one hand they sign this stuff to outlaw prostitutes and etc.
Yeah.
But you know, with the other hand, they're dialing them. They're in
Yeah, I
your
know,
DMs.
and it didn't even work because the sites just they're hosted in another fucking country now, so that didn't even work. There's no decrease in trafficking. These children are still getting, all this shit happening to them.
Yeah. Yeah, we live in the Epstein regime.
What do you
Completely.
expect when you had at least three presidents in modern history, Clinton, Biden, and Trump, who were sex pests?
Yeah. They didn't do anything. Why would we think that they were really trying to stop it?
And not only that, but when
Shit, if anything, they use it to find your kids.
when we found out what Clinton did, if you look at what was going on in the news and even comedy shows and shit, who was the butt of the joke? It was the victims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Monica Lewinsky, she was what? She was like 18, 19?
Right, and it was fucked up. They just made it this girl is the butt of the joke, and no one really cared about, now he's in the Epstein files and shit, and people are talking about it, and it's how are you surprised, bro?
Yeah.
We knew this.
The Epstein files thing is I don't know. Okay, they're doing an investigation right now, but then can't these people, I feel like a lot of these people are just gonna they're still gonna get away with it.
They're investigating how to exonerate themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all gonna get away with it.
Yeah.
They're gonna die and then they're gonna drop it and be like, oh, Obama did fuck those kids.
They're all gonna get away with it. It's no question. But who's gonna wind up being, I don't know. I mean, like I said, in the 90s, it was real easy to make the woman the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
With Monica Lewinsky.
Right.
There were all these jokes about her, and no one gave a fuck, that she was coerced or what happened to her in that office. And
Yeah, what if she said no? We don't know.
It's a horrible time to be named Monica. A horrible time to be named Monica.
Oh, absolutely, sweetheart. I'm sorry. But yeah, like there were like jokes about the dress, jokes about the cum stain, jokes about every,
Her hair, everything.
whoever that Paula bitch was and her nose,
The cigar.
all that shit. Yes, all of it. And it was never funny. And now you have this Epstein file shit, and it's like,
Yeah, and it's like with Tara Reid, how they ridiculed her.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I was about to bring that up. It was believe all women, and what was that Me Too movement? The Me Too movement, and then as soon as she was like, Biden raped me, they was like, no, he didn't.
And I remember,
they were like, "Oh, she cashed a bag check, so it can't be true."
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
she's a fraud.
like, and I remember hearing her say that some of her friends like hated Biden for that, but they still like picked him over Trump because I'm like, why would you vote for someone who raped your friend?
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
I would never, even if I did think he was better, which I don't, but even if I did think that, someone who did that to my friend, that probably would be a clue that he isn't better. Because Trump's also...
yeah. See, I don't vote for anybody because I know they're all rapists. Like, that's why I don't even participate.
And they're all related.
I believe you got to be a rapist to be in those circles.
That's crazy too.
Yeah, some point, yeah.
Or at least like be protecting them in some kind of way.
Exactly. You at least know about it if
Yeah.
you're in there.
Yeah,
But
I think they
on like that island, and we all know it's with Jay-Z. So I mean, and with Beyonce sweatshops, I'm sure there's some horrible shit going on there, and that's related to that.
I'm worried about these bills because Ted Cruz and somebody else, they're trying to pass a kids something. They just renamed it or whatever. They're trying to pass this one. And you know they don't care about no damn kids. They don't care about no damn kids.
Why do I share the same birthday? It's not
Wait, tell me exactly what you're talking about.
I think it's called it's KOSMA. Not COSA this time. They're like rechanging it. It's kids
Oh,
on
I remember that.
media or something like that. They're trying to do like age verification to where we all are gonna have to put our IDs into social media apps.
It's what they got in Europe.
Scroll on it. Yep, what they have in Europe and shit. And everybody hates it there.
They
hate it.
Too.
They did it to Roblox because I thought they didn't do it to Roblox.
Like in the chat, like if you're in a game and I've heard some shit about Roblox too involving.
Oh yeah, it's gonna affect gaming, all type of things that you use online, because they just don't want us to communicate with each other anymore. Like we're all starting to like get some consciousness, so they want to like disrupt that.
Wrong with Rome. I feel like if you're in that sort of, because I remember hearing about this Chinese scientist. I forgot his name, but I think he's been on shows with Danny Python before. He said that the brain a brain between a psychopath and a billionaire is not that different.
Oh, that 100%.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna be a successful person financially, you definitely 100% have to have some type of narcissism, some cluster B personality disorder that puts you in this antisocial sort of category. There's no other way to be successful. People who don't have that type of personality disorder cannot have the ruthlessness it takes.
Yeah.
One time I DJ'd, I'm a DJ, I DJ'd a 4th of July party for a billionaire, the founder of Farmville. That guy owes me $300.
Yeah, that's how they stay rich. They don't pay people.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be a psychopath because ain't no way you can be like, there's millions of children starving, but I want to be a fucking billionaire. I want to hoard wealth.
But you can still be a billionaire. Like you can still be a billionaire and help with homelessness right now. You can still be a fucking billionaire. Nah, I'd rather not.
No, like even if you only have like $1 million, like would you be able to scroll past somebody asking for $10 for food and like not give it? Like
Exactly.
They don't give a fuck about no. That's how they keep their money.
To move your thumb.
I couldn't do it. Like I could never keep money knowing that someone else needs my help. Like I can't do it.
The billionaires don't help homeless because they understand that they are the reason why that there's homeless people. Like they understand this. They need you to be homeless. They need you to be homeless in order to, wherever they get set up for you, whatever drugs that they are investing in, whatever the fuck it may be. They understand why you're homeless. They created you. They created your conditions.
That's true. The system, whatever the system does, is what it was intended to do. The system works the way it's supposed to work, and the homeless people are part of that system, for sure.
Yeah, and even with how it was founded on genocide on two fronts. So if anything, like with the Imperial Boomerang, I'd say we threw it at our own. Europeans threw it at us, and now we're throwing it back, and now it's coming back again. And like with BlackRock, they own so many empty homes, despite the fact that and they're also supporting Israel. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm confused what you mean by the Europeans threw it at us and now we're throwing it back. Like
because like they were the ones who colonized Turtle Islands, and now that they're
but like most of the people on Turtle Island are the colonizers, right? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I mean, like in 1492, that's when Europeans colonized them. I'm sorry if I'm making this sound confusing, but
no, I get it. I'm just saying. So like, I would be, I fall into the category of a settler, right? But at the same time, like
Be
where
nice.
I'm from, where my ancestors are from, like was
Everybody has their own steps.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, when it comes to the boomerang thing, it's like this country is mostly made up of those same people. It's like not so much a boomerang as like they're still here. That was all I meant.
Mm-hmm.
I got what you're saying.
No offense. I wasn't trying to start an argument or anything. Hey Phil, how you doing? You hear me? Bill? Bill, did you have something to say? Okay, never mind.
You got something to say?
Bill.
Hey, I'm gonna pop out. It was good hearing from you guys.
Oh yeah.
The Bill Nye theme song.
Have a good night.
Bill.
I gotta dip out, but I'm gonna have another show tomorrow, probably around the same time. I'm gonna do another call in. I'll probably do 2 separate shows. One of them is gonna be a regular show, probably more likely a debate about Pan-Africanism and FBA. But and then I'm gonna do another call in.
I can't be part of that one.
Yeah.
I can't either. They hate me, and I don't understand why.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they fucking hate me.
They
FBA hates you. FBA hate us, and I am a descendant of African slave.
Mhm.
Maybe I think FBA hates a lot of people. I don't know.
They hate a lot of people that I love, so we're on the right path. I don't believe in nationalism until Black people get their own sovereignty. So there's no reason for me to try to conserve anything in America or me to wave an American flag or, it's just a right-wing pipeline that I failed to I refuse to go down. So, but it was nice talking to y'all. If y'all free tomorrow, please come on. I'm gonna be on early, probably around like 9 or 10, depending on when I'm getting up. But
I missed you, Rome.
oh yeah, I miss you too. But yeah, we got you still got my number. My number ain't changed. You can text me anytime. But
All right, love.
all right, y'all. Love y'all. Y'all stay
Love you.
smooth.
Have a good day or good night.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you for
Thanks,
joining.
Monica. Bye.
Bye bye.
Girl, bye.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to join in on these calls, I might go live tomorrow, 7:30, same time. I'm gonna do this till like 7:30 to like same time, probably like 10 o'clock. If you want to join in on these, you got some questions, you feel some type of way, you can follow me on Twitter. What page is this? I don't even know my damn Unholy Rome 6 on Twitter, and you can join my space. You can call in. We can talk from there until I get my my personal hotline back on. That's what I'm gonna have to work with. So, but it was good talking to you guys. Stay dangerous out there because it's gonna be a long winter. Fuck ice.